Phones are amazing, but they've gotten way too expensive. I mean, $2,000 for an iPhone is just insane. Meanwhile, you can get phones for only $50, $10, even completely free, and over the past year, we've tested a ton of them. So today, I'll take you through the top 15 cheap and free phones we've gotten to see if any of them are, actually worth it.
Number 15.
Shein is a website where you can buy ultra cheap clothes. Think TEMU, but for fashion. But recently, I discovered that Shein is actually selling tech now, so of course, I bought the cheapest phones I could find from them, and in this video, we'll test them out and see if we got scammed. Now, I have 3 phones to test. We'll start with the one on the left here. And I gotta be honest, this feels like buying from TEMU for the first time, so I'm pretty excited to see what they sent me, and oh no, it's a freaking foofy phone, bro. And as you can see, kind of looks like they're trying to knock off the iPhone 17 Pro, but let's open it up and see what's inside. Nice, got dirty packaging to start with. That looks, whoa, that actually looks like a 17 Pro, that's wild. And first of all, this phone is freaking humongous. This is an iPhone 16 Pro, and this thing is dwarfed by the foofy. Now, we'll mention on the back here, looks like we have some sort of ring light or something around the cameras here, so I'm kind of hoping that lights up. And in classic Chinese knockoff phone fashion, there is no setup process here, which is a little bit sketch, so of course, like, is somebody already signed in? Did they add some weird stuff to the phone? I don't know, we might find out, but right now it's trying to finish an update, which I'm not sure how because there's no Wi-Fi connected to this thing, which is kind of strange. We'll go ahead and start by seeing what's on this phone by default. So a bunch of these standard Google apps here, as well as some Samsung. Well, actually, it's the Chrome browser, but it looks like the Samsung logo you get from the Galaxy phones, so it's clear what they're going for there. Well, at first glance, nothing crazy here in terms of apps, except for, oh, we got an RGB LED light. Hold on, does the back actually light up? So, no, it doesn't. So what is that for? I guess we'll go ahead and test that out and see what that does. So we have spiritual eye light effect, music light effect, incoming call, notification, and charging. I guess to trigger this on our own, we need to either play some music or do a charging light effect. Maybe I'll connect to the internet, connect to YouTube, try to play a YouTube video, and maybe in that case, it'll play some sound and it'll like kind of pulse to the beat. I don't know, man. Let's go ahead and start there though, and just see what happens. And ooh, that's not a good sign. I pull the settings up and the first thing it shows is the account. It says share files with friends, space, comma, no space, family, comma, with no spaces, and even your other devices. That is, wow, that is jank. I don't like seeing that. Also, ooh, man, we got like mobile capitalized, Wi-Fi capitalized, hotspot uncapitalized. That's so sloppy for like an official UI. Like, come on, man. But all right, let's hop into our Wi-Fi here. And surprisingly, they do have 5G Wi-Fi. All right, connected up there. Let's go and do a speed test real quick, just in case, and see what kind of speeds we're getting. Yo, no way. Dude, so I have gigabit Wi-Fi, and we should be getting like 500 to 600 down and up over Wi-Fi, but we're getting 32 down and 38 up. That is just, that is awful, man. Oh, that is so rough. Let's go ahead and hop straight into YouTube though and see what happens there. But why is that logo so low res? I don't know if you can tell on camera, but that is weird. Also, update. Okay, no, let's just go to the browser. What's happening? What? I didn't even finish typing, but it went straight to YouTube, but whatever. Okay, let's type in a video. We'll go Smokin Silicon. The best channel on YouTube. Oh, we got 199. Dude, we're almost at 200,000 subscribers. Guys, go ahead and subscribe to this channel. If you haven't already, we got to hit 200K. So we can do it right now. Actually, by the time you're watching this, it's probably already at 200K, but do it anyways.
So you're thinking of finally upgrading from your parents?
Okay, so we have one speaker down here, and it sounds, oh man, it sounds like you expect for a cheap TEMU phone. Wow, TEMU, I mean Shein. But it sounds bad. Let's go ahead and see if there's lights on the back here. There are not. What is happening? Okay, let's try out charging next, because I think charging also enables these lights, so maybe that does something. I just want to see some lights, man. That's all I want at this point. Okay, the moment of truth. Hopefully it's a USB-C charger, and oh, there it is. What? Well, it goes in and out. That's actually really annoying. I wish it would just stay on, but it is cool. We got like flashing lights. It's red, now it's blue, now it's green, now it's red again. Very cool. I thought you could change the color of the lights. Let's go ahead and check, actually, make sure that's not a possibility. And no, all I can do is turn it on and off. Now maybe there's a third-party app that can adjust your lights, but I don't know, man. Let's go and try our camera out next up and see how this works and see how it looks. Okay, back camera, it's that's not great, but for a cheap phone from Shein, it's not horrible. How about the selfie cam though? You know what? That's actually pretty good. You can see some hairs, you can see some pores. Go away. But last but not least here, check out some specs on this phone and see if they'll give us some details about the phone. Let's see. Phone. Wow. What a creative name, man. Android 12, that's not surprising, super old. We have 4 gigs of RAM, 32 gigs of ROM built in, so that's their storage. That's not much at all. So overall, super average or super below average phone, but yeah, let's go and move on to our next phone here and see if it's any better. It looks like a little mini phone. I've seen quite a few of these over the years, but they always evolve in some distinct and non-specific way. What is this? One myth? Calling these things one myths now? What does that even mean? Well, let's see what's inside. And wow, these things get smaller and smaller. Holy crap. I mean, look at that thing. It fits in the palm of my hand. We have a nice little pinkish or purplish, case here. Plastic, of course, looks just like an S23 Pro. Let's go ahead and turn this thing on and just see what happens here. Oh, baby. It's a welcome phone. You know how I feel about welcome phones? Oh. All right, this thing booted up. It is freaking tiny, and we have some preloaded apps here, like a clock, camera, email, just the standard stuff at first glance. Also got what appears to be an old Facebook logo, I think. WhatsApp, Play Store, yeah, all pretty standard things. Let me go ahead and start by hopping into the settings and see if I can connect to Wi-Fi, or if I can even type anything on this thing. But holy crap, the little settings icon is so small. And by the way, guys, these tiny little phones are running rampant on like sites like TEMU, AliExpress, I guess Shein as well. I don't know why they sell so many and why people are buying these things. Like, they're so small, you can barely see anything. And to nobody's surprise, all they have is 2 gig Wi-Fi. They don't have 5 gig Wi-Fi. So let's go ahead and connect up. Oh, I just saw a notification and swiped it away, but it said it was from 3 years ago. How long has this phone been sitting in a warehouse, man? All right, let's go ahead and just like the last one, hop into YouTube first. So I don't see a YouTube app, and I don't really want to log in here. So let's go ahead and hop into the browser and try to play YouTube through there. And I guess we'll see if that's possible. Why does my browser need to take photos? No thanks. No thanks. No. What? I can't even boot it without accepting all the settings? Okay, whatever, fine. Like, what does that mean? I'm on Google right now. I'm not on MT Start. I don't know what that means. Okay, whatever. I'm just gonna accept that I'm being watched right here. Well, that's a bad sign. What is that logo there? Okay, so I'm trying to watch, and you can see our little screen just moving around by itself. What is happening? It's like following my finger, which is not touching the screen, by the way. And I can, oh, okay, now it just rotated. What is going on? My head is cut off. It's in like 120p, and you can still see part of the comments and recommended videos there in the background. What in the world, man? I can't, nothing is happening when I press the screen. This is absurd. Get me out of here. Wow, that's unusable. I mean, just purely unusable. All right, how about, let's try our cameras next up. Fortunately, the camera app does load. That's actually a little surprising. Let's go ahead and flip the camera around. Selfie time. Wow. One of the worst selfie cams I've seen in quite a long time. All right, let's flip that sucker around. Wow. I mean, my goodness. Look at that crap, man. Just unbelievable. Let's see if we can get some details about this phone, though, and see what it says. So, of course, S23 Pro, as it told us earlier. Our CPU built in is an MTK6580. I bet I can find that online, and it's probably like a 20 kilohertz CPU or some crap like that, man. 32-bit quad-core SoC released in 2015. Ooh, boy. Not surprising, but yeah, that's what it is. Also, Android 8.1. Truly not sure why anybody would buy this thing, but let me put my tinfoil hat on and give you my theory about these little tiny phones. I don't have one.
Come on, man.
So let's move on to our third phone here, which I think should be an iPhone, like a real iPhone. And now, while this wasn't the cheapest phone on Shein, it was the cheapest iPhone I could find. There's a lot of sketchy things going on with it, which I'll explain here in a second. But first, we'll pull it out. We have a box inside of a package here, and we have, what is this? Attention returns policy. Okay, so I guess it came from an official somebody. I don't know. Okay. Yes, we have an iPhone 12 64 gigabyte black, and I forgot I got black because let me just explain. So as you can see, I bought a refurbished Apple iPhone 12, fully unlocked, grade B, red. But guys, what do we have here? Black. But first, I want to point out that I paid $180 for this thing, which is an absurd, just frankly absurd price for an iPhone 12. Just, this thing better be perfect. And by the way, it says grade B, which I don't know what that means because there's no determination of what that is in the listing. But first, let me go ahead and point out why I got a black phone instead of a red phone. It's really strange. So one morning I woke up, you can see Monday, 7:58 a.m., I got a text that says, "Hello, is this Jacob? Calling about iPhone 12 you ordered on our Shein store." And yeah, they did call me. Now, I ignored it and didn't respond to the text for a few hours because I was like trying to decide what to do. But I just responded eventually and said, "Who is this?" And they don't say that. They just say, "We only have black color remaining. Is that okay?" I say that's fine because I want to get the phone and I think this is interesting for the video. Also, it says iMessage encrypted up there, which I've never seen before. I'm not actually sure what that, I didn't know that was a thing you could do. Is that more encrypted than a normal iPhone conversation? I have no idea. But I thought that was very strange. And here is our iPhone 12 from this sketchy seller that texted me on my personal phone number. And you can see by default, we already got some just smudges and scratches. And what is that on the camera? Is that a scratch? It's just like, it's not a fingerprint. It's just residue from something. You can see better there, but here along the top, there's all kinds of just like wear and tear there. This side has quite a lot. And here on the front of the phone is where it gets pretty bad. You can see there's quite a big dent there in the corner. And we actually have a pretty nasty scratch right there along the screen. Grade B, I'm not sure. Again, can't classify it because they didn't define it, but let's go ahead and turn this thing on and see if it, even works. All right, booted up here, and oh, yeah, that's not good. So usually this iPhone, when you boot it up, I'll show some photos on the screen, but you boot up an iPhone, and you clearly go into the Apple setup, but this thing, there is no Apple setup. So that means, I guess they could have deleted data, but left the phone on. I don't know, pretty sketch. System says no SIM available. Okay. Finish setting up iPhone. That's a little strange. Not sure why this thing wasn't actually factory reset. Let's go ahead and start with our brightness here and see if that works. It appears to do so. Let's go ahead and leave that up there and kind of scroll around and see what's on here by default. So by default, I see all the standard Apple apps. So I don't see like any sketchy apps by default, but I guess we'll start in the general section here, hop into about and see if it is indeed an iPhone 12. iPhone 12, yep. And we're actually on iOS 26.3, which is surprising. And it does indeed say under carrier lock, no SIM restrictions, which is good. Of course, the listing said unlocked, so we expect it to be, unlocked. Capacity is 64 gigs like it says in the title, so that's good. But next up, I'm curious about the battery, see if it'll show us our battery health here. I expect for grade B, 88. I mean, for grade B, that might be okay, but like for the price, guys, $180 for an iPhone 12, like that's gotta be better. Let me go ahead and show you what an iPhone 12 goes for on eBay. Okay, you know what? It's not quite as egregious as I thought. It's still above, market value here, but you can see we're selling iPhone 12, 64 gigs, white, all unlocked for all carriers for $145. Got about a $35, $40 premium here. Not outrageous, but just a lot of ambiguity with the listing here. Now let's start by hopping into our Wi-Fi and see if it connects to an old account or something. Let's just start there and see what it does. Okay, connected to Wi-Fi and it says we are in New York, which is not accurate, but sure, whatever, we'll take it. But next up, unrelated to Wi-Fi, let's go ahead and pull up our cameras and see how those look. So we got our back camera. Oh yeah, that looks pretty good. I mean, it's an iPhone 12, which is kind of old at this point, but still takes great photos. How about the reverse side? Oh yeah, not not used to these phones taking that detailed of a photo of me on my desk. Wow, that is bad. It's good, but I mean, it's bad. Don't look at that. But what I'm really curious about is if we try to factory reset this thing and just see what happens there, if it'll let us. Let's go ahead and try it out and see what it does. So we'll go ahead and reset here. Actually, we'll do erase all content and settings, and that should be a factory reset. And sure enough, it looks like we're booted back up, and it appears to be, working in normal fashion. I'll try to transfer over an eSIM here just to see if that works. And yeah, cool, it looks like it went through. So yeah, it works. Still seems a little sus behind the scenes, but overall, not horrible. But thanks for watching this video, guys. Hope you enjoyed, and let me know down below if there's anything else I should buy from Sheen, I don't know how to say it.
Number 14. I bought a brand new S26 Ultra from TikTok for just $85, which is $1,200 less than retail. And in this video, we'll open it up, test it out, and figure out how and why it's so cheap. And here she is, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, guys, look at this thing. Editor, put a picture of the S26 Ultra next to this. Like, this is a one-to-one comparison. At the time I'm recording this, the S26 has been out for not even a week yet. So how is there already a knockoff? And taking it out, I gotta say, this feels hefty. And oh my God, this is shockingly accurate to like what a real Samsung phone feels like. How do they do this? All right, throwing it on the scale, we got 8.6 ounces. Yeah, according to GSM Arena, the real S26 Ultra is 7.5 ounces. So if anything, the cheaper one is heavier. All right, I got all the stickers off the back. And once again, let's put a photo of the S26 next to this. I mean, this is absurd. They're the same phone. They look the same. This one just says Foofy. Now, immediately the thing I notice here with the cameras is that they're all fake. The lenses, you can just tell that they look off. And this top one here isn't a camera at all. I think that's like some kind of sensor. So yeah, pretty scammy, but they're there for show, so it's fine, I guess. And guys, look at that. Look at the bottom of the phone. We actually do have an S Pen. Oh my gosh, it even clicks. Wow. Now taking it out of the phone, yeah, this is a very cheap little pen here. Oh, I broke it. How? What? To be fair, I guess that's somewhat like the real thing. There was that clip of Jerry Rig Everything bending a S Pen like it was a piece of candy. So hey, that's a feature. Man, I cannot get over how this thing looks. Let's go ahead and hold the power button and see what it's like turning it on. That was insane. All right, it's booted up and it looks very Samsung-like. We're gonna unlock it. Oh, no setup process. We're just going right into the phone. Okay, that's not sketchy at all. Wow, this UI is very, very, very similar to the Samsung experience. Ooh, the frames. The single-digit frame rate we're getting right now, this is not a good sign for the performance of this device. Now, it's not doing the thing where it pulls down like a different tray depending on what side of the phone you pull down. You can see that's the same no matter what you do, but it looks identical to the Samsung UI, I would say. In fact, look, it's been a long time since I've used a Samsung, but let's put the Samsung UI up here and compare some of these icons, because I wouldn't be surprised if some of these are identical. I also, just looking at this this lock screen, this pink background, is this not like the marketing picture for the pink color they sell? It looks the same. The screen, I wouldn't call it great, but it's not as bad as you would think. Hold on, let me check something. It looks like 60 FPS to me. I don't think it's like a 90 hertz screen, but I just want to check. Let's be fair to it. 50% of storage used was 16 gigs free. What? I'm sorry, that is too crazy not to check immediately. 32 gig. 32 gigabytes of storage in 2026, ladies and gentlemen. I feel like your average mobile game these days is eating up half of that. Okay, looking into display settings, I do not see any kind of high refresh rate settings, so it's not the nicest screen in the world in that case, but I wouldn't say it looks that bad. Now, in terms of bloatware, I actually don't see that many apps. This all looks like fairly normal, like default Android stuff, except for WhatsApp, Face Unlock, and 2 cameras. Oh, these are recent apps and this is all apps. Okay, so it's even fewer apps than I thought there were. Oh my gosh. All right, well, let's just try Face Unlock and see how this goes. Usually on these phones, this is, it doesn't actually work at all, but let's see what happens. This is like supposed to say stuff. This is all just blank. Yeah, sure. I agree to whatever that says. All right, let's scan my face. I just stood still. What? Yeah, I'm sure that's fine. It's looking for my face. There it goes. Let's try upside down. That worked. Huh. Let's try someone else's face. Drayton, try unlocking my phone with your face.
Oh no.
Nope.
Is it not working? All right, your turn, Ryan. Try to unlock it.
I do have this selfie that I took. Do you want me to try that?
Sure.
Nope.
Why don't you take a picture of me and then try that?
Okay.
There it is. It's not working though. Okay, well, you would think that the face unlock's a little janky, but that kind of worked. Eventually. Now we have the Face Unlock app. Do we also have fingerprint sensors on this? We have had so many devices with janky fingerprint sensors. You can use your elbow, you can use body parts, you can use whatever you want to unlock the phone. It doesn't care. Wait, I don't see fingerprint unlock. That's so interesting. So they just don't even have it. Maybe they finally realized that the fingerprint unlock doesn't work and they should stop putting it on the phone. Even Foofy can learn. Amazing. All right, let's try out our half-broken S Pen. Yeah, yep, that works. It doesn't have any kind of like floating things. The button doesn't do anything. This is not an electronic thing. This is just a piece of plastic, but it does actually function. All right, let's try out this camera. Let's see what's going on here. We'll start with the face camera. There it is. It works. Honestly, $85 phone, that's a completely acceptable level of quality in my eyes. It's a good photo. All right, we're gonna try the back camera now. Oh my, that is so bad. Oh my gosh, it didn't focus. Like, I tried to make it focus and it just refused, so everything is blurry. All right, let's try again. Maybe I didn't give it a fair shot. Oh, don't yell at me. Okay, I zoomed in and focused. That's a little better. Now, I'm gonna put my finger over some of these lenses. The bottom one's not doing anything. Middle one's not doing anything. Put my finger over this top one. We should see it cover up the lens. Yep, there it goes. Now, if the other lenses do anything, as I zoom in, you should see it change lenses. Nope, never changes. You can't zoom out, you can't zoom in, it doesn't change. So yeah, fake cameras, not surprising on this kind of level of phone. This is very common, but it pretty much proves that they only put these other camera things on here to make it look like an S26 to trick you. All right, let's go ahead and connect to Wi-Fi. 5 gigahertz network actually shows up, that's nice. All right, we're now connected to Wi-Fi. I should also point out, we're kind of low on battery. Not the end of the world, I can just plug it in. Okay, please quiet down and relax. All right, we're signed in, guys. By the way, when I did that, we got this notification on one of our other phones that says, new sign in on RedFox WizPad _value R _R10S. That's not a Galaxy S26 Ultra. I'm sure it's fine. Let's try installing some apps. Hey, Stumble Guy shows up. That's very good. All right, got some apps installing. In the meantime, let's take a look at what kind of phone we have here. It's called a phone. What does that mean? What kind of Android do we have on here? 4 gigs of RAM. Yeah, by the way, this confirms 32 gigs of ROM. Is this what the RAM shortage is doing to phones these days? Android version 12? If that is accurate, that is so old. We are on 16, ladies and gentlemen. It's got a security update from September, so if that means anything, then there's that. I don't have any notifications, but our games are not installed. Let's go back to the Play Store. What's happening here? Oh. Is it doing some kind of update? Okay, in the meantime, let's open Chrome. Let's just go ahead and do an internet speed test. Come on, you can do it. Load the website. Oh, the download notification's back. Does that mean we're installing apps? Oh, yep, there it goes. All right, well, before we do our speed test, let's let the game install, just to be fair. Can't install device info. The Google Play Store's doing things, so oh my gosh, I can't do anything.
2,000 years later.
Oh, after 20 years, things updated and I installed Stumble Guys. Oh, wow. And yeah, our apps are here. Woo. Oh my God, I touched the sides of it. It's so hot. This is dangerously toasty. Anyway, let's try our speed test here. We're on 5 gigahertz Wi-Fi. I'd expect something like 400 to 500 megabit per second down on our gigabit network here. Oh no. Oh me, oh my, that is not even remotely close to the speed you should be getting. Oh, okay, it's trying, it's getting there. Oh, it's not good. That's not good at all. That is not even half of what we'd like to see. It didn't even do an upload test, by the way. Download only. Get out of here, ads. All right, the phone, it is on fire at this point. It's struggling to do basic tasks. Let's throw a little more at it. Let's try playing some Stumble Guys. Are we good? We just have a white screen. This doesn't look like Stumble Guys. There we go. Please be quiet. All right, we're on the lobby now, and we are already looking at like 12 FPS. Very good, very good. Let's try playing a game. The screen, I don't know. It doesn't look very high resolution, but it looks decent. It's just a shame that the phone doesn't have the power to make it look smooth. Oh, it's trying to play. We're loading. I basically can't touch the entire left side of the phone because it's so hot. I'll use the stylus. Oh my God. It's awful. Go. Go. There he goes. All right. This is unplayable. Fantastic. Why does it keep moving my wheel? My wheel is moving. I don't have enough control of my character to get out of this area. Please stop. I can't. It's like trying to control a boat. Move. All right. Yep. Okay. That's unplayable. Good. All right, do we have YouTube installed on this? I actually don't think I've seen that. We have YT Music. What kind of phone doesn't have YouTube installed? All right, YouTube is installed. What? Sure, give YouTube all the permissions. Sure, why not? Whatever. Oh, we got a TikTok ad. Always. All right, got a channel pulled up. Let's grab one of our videos, start playing it. I said, start playing it. This no longer works.
There she is, Hyper Series, whatever this is, mini PC.
Oh my. Okay, it's playing back all right. The sound, I just noticed the sound only comes out of the bottom of the phone. There's no speaker on the left side. That's great, it's good, it's fine, it's whatever. We're playing back at 720p right now. Can I go higher than that? So we got 1080p now. Let's scrub ahead a little farther in the video.
All right, I think it's time we remove this sticker, connect it to Wi-Fi, and see what happens then.
Okay, it's working, it's going. So it has a little trouble when it first launches up. It has some trouble doing, in and out of full screen. All right, let's take a look at hardware info. I've been holding off on this. All permissions, confirm. Oh, very good. We have 4 whole cores. The real phone should have 8. Our display, is that real? 720 by 1560 pixels. Ooh, that's bad. Oh yeah, look at that. The real thing has a 1440 by 3120 screen, so it's literally half. It's half the resolution it's supposed to be. Very good, very good. Oh yeah, here's what I really wanted to see. Android 12. Sure enough, that's what it's showing up as. Released in 2021. You may not want to believe it, but that's like 4.5 years ago, by the way. So very old operating system. Number 13.
Samsung Galaxy folding phones are expensive, man. I mean, we're talking $2,000 or more. But what if I told you you could buy a Galaxy folding phone from TEMU for only $50? Well, guys, I bought 2 of them, and in this video, we'll test them out and see how badly I got scammed. So both are supposedly different models, but we'll start with this one here, which at first glance looks like a iPhone, kind of. What? All right, popping this sucker out at first glance, sliding this thing out. That is not a folding phone. Thank you. I'm not surprised at all, but wow, I mean, like, just look at the listing here. That's definitely a folding phone, right? And does this fold? Let me test. Does it fold? No, not yet. I'll make it fold later. But taking a closer look at this thing, it clearly looks like an S25 Ultra of some sort because it's got the 5 cameras here on the back, or the 5 holes, as you can see. But yeah, let's go ahead and I guess turn this thing on. It's man, see what this stupid thing can do. Okay, and boot it up here. Even our background screen looks like an S25. That's kind of nifty. It's straight up an S25. By the way, really hope this one's actually a folding phone. We'll check it out later, of course, to find out. It is a different model, so we have some hope there. And yeah, even the icons look like an S25. Kind of sick, actually. Scrolling up, we'll start by seeing what all kind of apps we have on this thing. So calculator, calendar, camera, all the kind of standard stuff. You got Chrome made to look like the Samsung Galaxy browser. Even got a notes app here. And oh, do we have a stylus? Oh, we do. Yo, let's go. We got a stylus built in. Oh, that's kind of sick. Well, it's kind of stuck. But yeah, we got a cheap little stylus here, and I guess it works. Let's go ahead and scroll around a little bit. Ooh, it's sticky. What the heck? Okay, so you can scroll up and down, but I can't write anything. Hello? Oh, there we go. Oh, there we go. Okay, actually, ooh, it kind of works. Doesn't feel great. Why am I on Facebook now? Excuse me? I'm trying to write my name here. Yeah, it doesn't really capture all of your movements here. My handwriting kind of sucks, so it's kind of a combo of both of those, but whatever. All right, not really surprising that it sucks, but it is what it is. Kind of cool that it actually is there and kind of works. And guys, an interesting tidbit about this little pin here. I found out that when you press on this button here, it says it's charged to 100%, meaning the pin is charged, but this thing is a flimsy piece of crap with no battery inside, so it's just straight up lying to us, which is, again, not surprising for a fake phone like this, but yeah. You think there's a battery in here? Look at this. If there's a battery in this, we're all in trouble. Let me go ahead and hop straight into our settings here and see what kind of Android version we're on here. I'm assuming it's Android. It looks like Android. I'm not really sure what happened, but I pressed settings and now we are on something we're on Facebook again. But what is happening? This phone is infested with Meta. What is going on, dude? By the way, very sketchy that it was already signed in and set up. You know, we should probably factory reset this thing before we do anything on it, but you know, risk it for the biscuit. So checking out the about phone, it does say S25 Ultra with a real photo of an actual S25 Ultra. That's a little bit sus. And for software, we're on Android 14.0, which is not too surprising. It's a little bit old, but you know, whatever. At 12 gigs of RAM, 256 gigs of storage built in. Okay. Finally got into the Google Play Store. I'm signing in now. But this keyboard is like ultra thin. I mean, look how skinny those little buttons are. I think I've seen this before on a keyboard before, but like that, just if your fingers are any larger than a 3-year-old's, like you're gonna have trouble typing. This is not good. Even like the 1, 2, 3 down there is bleeding off the button. That's just sad. Finally signed in, but now it's not loading the Google Play Store at all. And now click the Play Store and it's black screen. Thank you, TEMU. Well, I guess while that does something in the background, let's test out these cameras and see if they're any good. They won't be, but we'll test them out anyways. Let's take a picture of this Xbox over here. Okay, that's a couple Xbox 360s on my shelf, and like I don't know, the photo is fine. It's very much like a 2010 photo, I'd say, from a 2010 smartphone. So take that for what you will. This is 2026, man. And let's go ahead and flip it around to the selfie cam and see how ugly I'm looking. Wow, ooh, that might be the softest image I've ever seen. And it's blurry. It didn't even focus on my face. That's just straight garbage, man. Ugh. Not surprised though. And I should of course point out the cameras in the back. So of course we have a bunch of lenses here. Well, lenses. Let's go ahead and see if we can figure out which one is the real one. So opening up the camera, if we block this one on the top, yeah, the one on the top is the real camera, the real lens. This one's fake. This one is probably fake, but it actually looks a little bit different. This one here is fake as well, and this one looks like it's just like a sensor or something, but it's probably a fake sensor, so yeah. But guys, next up I want to try out our fingerprint sensor here and see how that works, if at all. I can give you some clues, but I got an idea of what's gonna happen here. But let's go ahead and test it out. So we'll do fingerprint plus pin, sure, whatever. Our fingerprint is, what? I have never in my entire life seen a fingerprint sensor in the middle of the screen. That's insane. But let's go ahead and try it out. Next. Oh, no, it changed. Wait, hold on. Now it's down here. Cool. It changed on me. But as you can see, I'm just tapping it randomly and it's somehow working. It's working. Let's go ahead and try to unlock now. So if you press this, we'll unlock it here. Let's go ahead and, and now the fingerprint sensor is at the very bottom. That's awesome. It unlocks my finger. Okay, that makes sense. But what if I try a different finger? So I registered my pointer finger. What if I try my thumb though? Let's see if that'll unlock. Well, you know, my thumb works. How about my other thumb? Yep. How about my nose? There it is, unlocked. This will be interesting. How about my sock toe? Nope, doesn't work. Piggies are out.
What did he say?
Oh, I got it. The point is, you can use just about anything to unlock these stupid phones because the fingerprint sensors are fakes and don't work. And yeah, let me go ahead and hop back into the Play Store now and see if this is loaded. And no, it hasn't. Wait, it's Google Play is finally opening. Let's go. It's about time, man. It's about time. All right, here we go. Let's download a couple apps and I'll show you what's up with this phone. All right, surprisingly, this app actually downloaded and we can see some details here about this device. As you can see, it's an S25 Ultra, as it says on every single line here. Also, we have a Snapdragon 8 Elite, which is just not possible because those things cost, hundreds of dollars just themselves. This device was $50, so that's a lie. We've got 14.0 Quince Tart. Excuse me? What the heck is a Quince Tart? Fragrant autumn-inspired dessert featuring poached, tenderized quince. Like, that's not how you spell quiche, right? What is a quince? But as you can see, none of the CPU specs align here. They're all just fake, wrong, incorrect. How about the battery here? It says we have 8,000 milliamp hours, which is definitely not correct, but all right, sure, whatever you say. Display is 1612 by 720. That sounds about accurate, although it's definitely not 11 inches. I can confirm. It's actually 6.9 inches. You gotta be kidding. You gotta be kidding me. That actually might be accurate, but that's hilarious. All right, this phone, man. But all right, guys, let's move on to our next folding phone here, which hopefully is actually folding. I really hope it is. I mean, the listings themselves, this is looking promising. The listings themselves quite literally show folding phones. Like it is a folding phone in the listing. So this one has a different box though. Clearly looks like a Samsung Galaxy S25 again of some sort, except the cameras are off a little bit there. That's interesting. All right, I'm pulling it out. This is a thick boy, so it might be folding, please. And nope, it's not folding. Cool, awesome, thank you. I just straight up lying in the listing, okay. Oh man. Not surprised, just a little disappointed. And of course we have some headphones here, which we might try out later because usually these things are pieces of crap. But yeah, let's put that to the side and go ahead and take a closer look at this phone. So it looks like an S25 Ultra or whatever, but the cameras are really far apart. Kind of looks like that dude from Ice Age, if you look at it this way. Let's turn it on and see what it does. And as it's booting up, similar to the last phone, we also have a stylus in this one, and it doesn't retract though. So usually you press this thing and it pops out. There it goes, kinda. There we go, finally. What was that noise? But here's our stylus. It actually is, it's It's the exact same one as the last one. Okay, well, it's there. Cool. I don't know why. Okay, phone finally booted up and it's trying to do some S Pen stuff, which I don't want to do. Now let's check out the apps here, and they look kind of similar to the last phone, but not quite. There's some different stuff on here. Again, already signed in and everything, which is super sus. But yeah, there are some different apps here like Bing. We have Line, whatever that is. We've also got WhatsApp, Viber, Zalo, whatever, X, TikTok. Okay, that's random stuff. Let's go ahead and hop straight into the settings though and see what they're calling this phone. Probably an S25 Ultra again, but we'll find out here in a second. Oh, no, they're calling it a C25 Ultra. What the heck is a C25? I'm not sure what they're referring to there, but all right. And we're on Android version 15.0. Hey, fancy there. RAM is 12 gigs, ROM is 512, 6500 milliamp battery. I don't believe that, but you know, okay, whatever you say. 69% battery life, nice. But guys, next up we'll hop into the camera here and see what these cameras look like. And we have some more features here compared to the last one. We have beauty, video, picture, blur, pip, and filter. I'm sure those do a whole lot, but we'll stick with the regular picture for now. What? Can't connect to the camera, excuse me? Never heard of that. Oh my goodness, is there a screen film on this thing on the back? Okay, there's films over these lenses on the back. Okay, I was about to say, this camera looks horrible. Okay, I think the film is off now. Let's take a photo. You can see they're pretty similar to the last one where the 360s there are, actually that's worse than the last one. That looks like it didn't even focus. That's just garbage. All right, let's try the face cam now. Yeah, just as bad, there's no focus at all, and it's blurry. Okay. Just great. And next up, guys, we'll hop into YouTube here, which I didn't try on the last phone because I just couldn't get anything to load at all, hardly. But this one's loading a little bit faster, and I say a little bit as in like a little bit, but we'll give it a try. Let's try the mic on this one as well. How about that? Smokin Silicon. Wow, that's way too loud. And indeed, it pops up. Okay, I see you. Click on this red box video. It's about to blow my eardrums up, but we'll give it a try. Okay, so let's pull it up, trying to rotate it, and it's rotating kind of, very slowly. Slowly but surely, maybe. There, oh, there it is. Okay, cool. Maybe, it's frozen now. Ah, there it goes though. It's playing. That's actually a little better than I thought it would be. Can we scrub through? Let's go ahead and check it out. Well, there we go. Halfway through, and it's now frozen. Not surprising, but disappointing, of course. Let's go ahead and check out the quality here and see what we can go up to. We're only on 360 right now, which is, yeah, that's not ideal. We can go up to 1080p. Okay, I'm sure that'll help a lot. Oh, there it goes. Go back, please. Exit, 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 exit.
I'm afraid I can't do that.
Yeah, I really loved that. But let's go ahead and hop into the Play Store next up, try to sign in and see if we can download some stuff, maybe. Holy crap. Let's go ahead and try to download some stuff. All right, guys, we got one app installed here. Let's see if this will boot up. Now here in the device info app, we can get some more specs, of course. Android 15. So we have a Dimensity 9000 CW, which sounds a lot more reasonable than the last one. So let's go ahead and look that up. Oh wait, never mind. That's like a legit CPU used in flagship phones, I believe, a few years ago. That's definitely not what's in here. Yeah, never mind. That's a lie as well. Also 32-bit. Come on, man. Are you kidding me? Battery 6500. That's a lie. Display is 3200 by 2520. That's a lie. 6.8 sounds about right though. Okay, and next I was trying to download Subway Surfers to just try to play it, but it's been downloading for like 5 minutes now and it's just stuck. So yeah, we'll skip out on that. But next up I want to hop into our security again, try out our fingerprint lock screen here and see if that works. Or oh wait, hold on. They only have face unlock. Okay, respect. They're trying to play it safe. They're not straight up lying like this one. They're just partially lying. Okay. Time for face unlock. Now let's see if it works. Failed. Do I actually have to make the face again? That's insane. It only works when I make that face. Oh man. Oh wait, hold on. Subway Surfers, it's here. Let's go. I'm not sure if I've ever seen Subway Surfers take this long to load. Yeah, I got a feeling this is gonna be bad, but we'll give it a try here. It's already lagging like crazy. It's just freezing all the time. Yeah, this is miserable. Yeah, I'm done with this. You technically can play, but it's gonna drive you up the wall if you try to play that. Just don't do it.
Number 12. If you've ever been interested in picking up a used phone, you may have checked the usual spots people recommend, like eBay, big box stores, or even Facebook Marketplace. Ugh. But there is another website that's secretly been growing in popularity that is basically an eBay dedicated to just phones. Swappa. Does it work? Are they legit? Well, in this video, we'll check out 3 of the cheapest phones we could buy on Swappa to see how it compares to the typical eBay experience we tend to get. So as you guys can see, I have 3 phones here today. We're gonna start with this one here, which should be an iPhone 6s. So just like eBay, when you buy phones on Swappa, you're not necessarily buying from Swappa directly, but buying from individual sellers. So of course, a lot of the experience you can come to expect depends on if the seller you're buying from is legit or a scam. Now I got the seller for the iPhone pulled up here. They have 5 stars supposedly with 30 3,700 reviews. Somehow, though, they have 57 negative reviews, 119 neutral, and they still have a perfect 5-star rating. I'm not really sure how that works, to be honest. 1 star, spot in the screen. Phone was a lemon from the get-go. Uh-oh, phone I purchased is blacklisted just over 3 months to the day. The cell phone didn't come as looked in the photos. It's all scratched. And this is another important element. We didn't just buy 3 of the cheapest phones we could find on Swappa. We specifically hunted for phones that did not have any actual listing photos. If you don't know, typical practice on eBay is to take individual photos of the phone you happen to be buying so that you know exactly what you're getting when you purchase a device. Lazy or poor sellers, however, will just stick to these stock images so you have no concept of what you are about to buy. So we're definitely gonna have to find out for ourselves if this is gonna end up being one of those devices that is not what the listing said it would be. But let's go ahead and take a closer look at our iPhone here. Looking at the front, the scratches are totally fine. I think most of those fingerprints are from me. And hey, regarding the scratches, to be fair to the seller, this is only supposed to be in fair condition. We also paid about $50 for this phone, by the way. And moving on to the back of the device, I mean, honestly, it looks really great. But who knows, maybe it has some other issues working. Let's go ahead and hold the power button, see if it just turns on or if I need to plug it in first. Nope, looks like it's booting up. All right, we're booted up. We got low power. Whoa, what just happened? It said it had 10% battery remaining. Did we lose power? Ooh. That's not a good sign for the battery. Okay, let me plug it in then. But it does look like the phone is factory reset, so that's good. They're not selling like you know people's personal info out there. That's great. And this white screen here is typically pretty good for looking for yellowing on the screen, but I don't see anything. It looks quite nice, honestly. I see our 5 gigahertz Wi-Fi here, so that means that's working. That's good. Ooh, Touch ID. I kind of miss Touch ID, not gonna lie. Let's go ahead and set it up, make sure that works. Yep, and it looks like it's scanning my finger just fine. Ooh, the phone is getting very toasty. I guess that means it's charging. And alrighty, we are on our home screen. Gotta say, it looks quite nice. iPhone 6s, it does not look as bad as you would think for how old this phone is. Now, we noticed some issues with the battery when we first turned the phone on, so let me go ahead and see if I can check our battery health. We are at 85%. You know, that's actually not too bad. And there's no carrier available, as you'd expect. I haven't set anything like that up. I haven't put a SIM card in this phone. And we have no carrier lock. So theoretically, we should have no problem connecting this to any network we want to. Now, according to the listing, we are supposed to have a 32 gig iPhone, and leave me alone. Sure enough, we have 32 gigs of storage available. Now let's see, what do I want to check out next? Let's try out the camera. All right, here's the back camera. It's honestly not that bad. It's pretty detailed, honestly. I'm impressed with this phone. Here's the selfie cam. It looks amazing. Now to go ahead and verify that our Wi-Fi is working as we'd expect, I'm just gonna run a normal speed test on this. And we got about 400 down. Yeah, it's really not that bad at all, honestly. Now, last thing I want to check on this phone. We saw that one review that mentioned their phone being blacklisted, so I'm going to go ahead and take the IMEI number of this device and put it into a website that'll check that for us. Now, according to this website I just checked, this phone appears to be clean so far, but I handed the phone off to our elite phone specialist to see if he can find anything wrong with it. Okay guys, our phone tester man is done with his test, and here's the final report. The only important thing is this number down here, 25. That's 25 out of 25 tests that we go through when we, make sure phones are good to go. You guys can even see on the document right here, we confirmed 85% battery, so that checks out that the software info is correct. I don't know, that's something. So yeah, this first seller, I would say, totally accurate description. If anything, I would call this pretty good condition, not fair. I'm gonna give this seller an A. They did a great job. But it's not over yet. We have 2 more phones from the sketchiest sellers on Swappa to check out, starting with this guy right here. All right, opening our next box up, we have this ominous Sharpie 564. What does that mean? As you can see here, we have an iPhone 5C. Now, the other 2 phones we got, they did not have any photos. They were just the stock photos. You can't tell anything about them, right? But this one actually does have some photos, as you can see here. However, there is a little blurb on the bottom that says photos may not be of actual device. So, is it the phone? Is it not the phone? I don't know. Now, the last one, the condition was supposed to be fair, right? This case, the condition is supposed to be good, and right off the bat, I mean, is this a good condition phone to you? Thankfully, I don't see any actual damage, but come on, this all could have been cleaned off, I imagine. Flipping the phone over to the front, it all looks pretty decent, kind of the same situation where it's a little gross. Those might be my fingerprints though. And you know what? I actually don't see almost any scratches on the screen itself. Ugh, the bottom of the phone is so gross. Oh man, how do you not clean this off? Good condition. We paid $62 for this phone too. It's a 16 gig unlocked blue iPhone 5C. So, yeah, all right. Now this seller is not nearly as large as that first one we were looking at. They only got about 1,400 items sold with 400 reviews and only 6 negative ones. Maybe we'll be the 7th based on what I've seen so far. The device had significant damage on the edges. Yeah, checks out. Finally got the phone. Returned the phone. Wrecked and returned. iPhone doesn't work as intended. Persistently in restart loop. I mean, we haven't gotten ours to turn on yet. Oh no. Should I try again? Let's hold the power button. Still nothing. Oh boy.
2 hours later.
All right, it's been charging up for a while now. Let's see if this turns on. Oh, it turned itself on. First thing I noticed is that this is not the setup screen. Now, what I imagine they did is they factory reset it and then went through the setup process to make sure it can go back to the home screen. I don't think this was actually used. I could be wrong though. Okay, good. We have no photos and no text messages. Okay, good. They're not out here selling other people's phones that they're just not factory resetting on Swappa. Oh wow, this is an older version of iOS. I don't remember the control center looking like this. We're on version 10.3. Is that old for an iPhone 5C? I don't know. Let's look into it. Looks like the iPhone 5C launched with iOS 7 and could be updated up to iOS 10.3.3. But let's see, is this iOS new enough to have any kind of battery info? It's got battery usage and some other settings here, but yeah, it's not gonna tell me the actual like battery health here. So we'll have to come back to that in a moment. And yeah, in terms of actual functionality, can I even like open Safari and like use this to browse the web? It still works, I think. Safari's been trying to load this speed test page for a long time now. It doesn't seem to be doing anything. Yeah, I'm gonna say that probably means that this phone isn't really usable on the interwebs anymore. Now, obviously, if I wanted to test this the correct way, I would install the YouTube app, but I don't want to go through all that trouble right now. So I just have YouTube pulled up in the browser. Does this work to watch videos? I mean, this is working like totally fine. The speakers sound good. If this phone still had some security updates, I feel like it would not be that bad. Now, I can't see what quality we're watching. It's clearly not 1080p. I think it's like 480p. But hey, I couldn't run a speed test on this, and yet I'm able to watch a YouTube video, so I'll take what I can get. Let's go ahead and test out the camera. I'm not expecting much out of this, but we'll see. Okay, here's the back camera. You know, it's not great, but it's totally usable. Like, look at how happy I am. That's a good time using a camera. And here's the selfie camera. It's pretty solid. I guess I'm just impressed with old iPhones in this video. I didn't realize the 5C could take good photos, okay? And I want to check our IMEI real quick and see if this comes up with any, like, blacklist issues. Hey, so far that's coming up clean. Let me go ahead and pass it off to Ryan, though, and see if he can find any issues with it. All right, Ryan got back to me with his report for this phone as well. Now, unfortunately, this phone is on too old of an iOS to do our full test, but you can see our battery health is 86%, so not too bad, not too bad. And it also is not blacklisted. Woo! So yeah, overall, considering that this phone was kind of gross, but it's not in bad condition, seems to work okay, I would give this seller maybe a B. It really could be worse. All right, now here's our third phone. Now, unlike the other two, this actually is an Android device, and this is kind of a professional-ish packaging job. Like, look at this, you even get this little carrier thing. Wait, this is turning on? What? I must have accidentally held the power button or something. That's interesting. And hey, unlike the iPhone 5C, this actually comes with a charger. I think I forgot to mention that, but yeah, the 5C is the only phone of the three that did not come with one. None of them came with an actual brick though. That's kind of annoying. Whatever. And before we take a closer look at the device, let's go over the listing we actually bought from. This should be a Moto G Play 2023 from Verizon with 32 gigs of storage, and it should be in fair condition. And yeah, you know what? I think I would agree with that. This screen is mutilated. In fact, I'm not even really sure it's fully coming up on camera, but yeah, look at that. You guys can see it there. It's really bad. Honestly, the rest of the phone is not in much better condition. Super scratched up on the back. The cameras have scratches all over them. The charging port is pretty mutilated. So yeah, I guess as long as it works, it's fine, but I definitely would agree that this is a fair condition phone. Now, taking a look at this seller, this is actually the smallest one of the three. Only 54 reviews, 3 of which being negative. It's actually not too bad of a ratio. Let's go ahead and read the 3 reviews. Phone was advertised as mint and was not mint at all. I guess that might be a bad sign. If they were calling that a mint phone, if they're calling this one fair, how bad is it actually gonna be? Ugh. Once again, phone arrived in good time, but was listed as mint condition. It definitely was not. And this one even mentions at the end, just like the other review, maybe good or even fair just to be safe would have been the better condition category for this device. Oh man. It said the phone was unlocked and would work with any major carrier. Verizon would not accept this phone to put it on a 4th line. It has been a frustrating situation and I hope to be reimbursed. Which is interesting because this phone is definitely supposed to be a Verizon phone. All of these read to me like issues they've had in the past and hopefully have fixed, maybe. Maybe that's a bit of copium coming in. Let's go ahead and test out the phone and see what it's really like though. As you can see, the device is factory reset. Oh, the vibration on this phone is awful. To be fair, the Moto G Play is not intended to be a super premium device, but yeah, still. And it looks like we're connected to our 5 GHz network, so hey, that works. It's a premium feature on some devices. Oh, wait a minute. I'm waiting on the phone to activate, but I just noticed this last part of the first review I was reading earlier. So it looks like they had an issue with this seller. The seller like wasn't helping them. They tried to reach out to Swappa about it, and Swappa said, "Oh, it's your problem. You have to pay for return shipping and any related costs if you want to return their something up phone." Scummy company, bad faith practices. I believe they're intentionally acting fraudulently. Ooh, the last sentence here is really bad. Do not buy any listings from this seller until they start taking pictures of the exact phone they're offering. Don't make the same mistake I did. Oh no. Oh my gosh, this is like the 6th time I've told Motorola to stop collecting my info. Just take me to the home screen. There we go, finally. The first thing I want to check here, I want to see how our battery's doing. Oh my god, this thing is so laggy. That doesn't necessarily have anything to do with the Swappa seller, but still. Well, for some reason I can't find the battery health immediately, but we'll test it later when Ryan takes the phone from me. Oh, you know what? I made fun of the screen earlier for being kind of sluggish, but it just suddenly turned on into like this ultra smooth display mode. It's quite nice now. I think it was lagging too much. It couldn't get up to like 90 hertz or whatever it's at. Oh, yep, smart optimization up to 90 hertz. Nice. Let's go ahead and try out the camera next. Oh my gosh. Ugh. Yeah, I gotta say, this is not too good of a camera. It's just, I don't know, something about it. It's really bad. So look at that. I'm not terribly happy. Why was the iPhone 6S's camera better than this? The face cam's fine enough, I guess. You can really see all the pores. Also, this phone, it is so painfully slow. It has trouble doing anything. Probably because of all this bloatware going on. What is this? It's installing apps? Where are you installing apps from? Google Play that I'm not signed into? How? All right, let's do a speed test on this and make sure I can take full advantage of our Wi-Fi speeds. Why is Taco Bell Quesarito trending? Oh! Quesarito's coming back? This is big news in Taco Bell fandom. Anyway, before I got distracted, we're gonna do a speed test on this phone. You are joking, right? 70 megabit per second down. Guys, we have 1,000 megabit down, and that's all it can do? That cannot be real. It crashed Chrome. How much did we pay for this? $55. We paid the same amount for this phone that we paid for the 6S. I've had enough. It's time to pass it on to Ryan and see what else is wrong with this piece of junk. All right, Ryan got done testing this phone out, and despite its horrible aesthetic condition, it actually passed with flying colors. 97% battery drain test result. That is incredible. No blacklist, no nothing. This is a totally fine, totally normal Moto G Play. So yeah, while the phone itself sucks, that wasn't really the fault of the seller. They called it fair condition. I guess I gotta give this one a B. But overall, guys, let me know down in the comments what you think of the 3 phones we got from Swappa. I'm not too displeased overall. It's at least a little better than what we've seen on eBay. Number 11. In this box right here is a completely legit brand new iPhone 17 Pro that we bought from TikTok for just $40. Now, obviously, with it being over 96% off the price of an Apple.com iPhone, you may expect it to have a few issues. But guys, it is so much worse than that. This might be the worst phone I've ever used. Ugh. Now, before we open it up, I want to look at the reviews here. Most of them boil down to the phone just being bad and slow. Battery drains fast. Google Play doesn't work. We'll have to test that out. I don't recommend it. The screen detached after 3 days. I wasted my money for nothing. How did that even happen? Come on now. But overall, it seems like this thing might just be kind of bad. Well, let's go ahead and find out for ourselves. Here it is, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my gosh. So it actually looks like it's trying to be an iPhone 17 Pro. I mean, obviously. And yeah, it really is just an iPhone 17 Pro, clear as day. You know, it's hard to tell, but I think they actually did like a hole punch cutout for the screen. That is crazy. For $40, I mean, that's technology right there. That's advancement. And now I want to do some comparisons here. Unfortunately, I do not have an iPhone 17 Pro Max, but I do have an iPhone Air here, which is on the larger side for iPhones. And here's a normal size iPhone. This is like a iPhone 13 Pro. And you can see this bad boy's quite a bit smaller, although it is pretty thick. So in the hand, it doesn't feel quite as small as you might think. Obviously, comparing the thinness of the iPhone Air, you can fit like 3 of the iPhone Air inside of this bad boy. That's amazing. You're kind of missing out on some of the buttons though. You only have the volume rocker on the side, whereas on the normal iPhone 17 line, you have this extra button up here that used to be like the little flippy switch. Yeah, see this right here on the 13 Pro, flippy switch. And then on this side, you just have the power button and you have the SIM card tray, whereas on the iPhone Air, you just get the power button and this extra little bonus button you can do multiple things with. I don't know what it's for, honestly. But all right, guys, I think it's time we hold the power button, see if this thing turns on. There we go, it's a welcome phone. And sure enough, we do actually have like a hole punch up here for the, what do they call it on iOS? The floating island or whatever. Whoa! What is this glowing ring? It's not doing it anymore, but let's just go ahead and swipe up. There we go. Oh, all right, no setup process. Just takes you to a pre-configured screen. Also, it just loops forever. That's the first thing I notice here. Just, yeah, you scroll forever, just like you do on an iPhone. Yep. And you know, to give it credit, I think the astute among you will notice that this is just Android, but they put a little bit of effort in here to make it, you know, almost look like an iPhone. All right, guys, here we go. I found an older iPhone, and you can see these icons are one for one. It literally looks like they ripped the icons and put them on this Android phone. Yes, browser. That's what that's called. Anyway, let's keep exploring this device. As you can see, when I swipe down on the task drawer here, it's obviously just Android. In fact, this looks like a fairly old version of Android. I'm gonna say it's Android 9. My bad, it says Android 14. I don't know if I believe that. It's also a G25 Pro. That's not an iPhone 17. 3 gigs of RAM, 64 gigs of ROM. Oh no, battery 69%.
Nice.
But we only have an hour and 35 minutes left. Last full charge was 9 minutes ago. That's not true. We'll have to keep our eye on that and see if we just like continuously drop percentage every couple minutes. What does the Apple Music thing do? There's no way that opens Apple Music, right? Okay, it's like a little local music player thing. That's fine, nothing really wrong with that, but it's a little sketchy to make it look like Apple Music. Now the calculator better look like the iOS calculator. No, come on, this is just like the AOSP calculator. Why does this little voice search thing show the Android Go icon? I thought this was Android 14, not Android Go. If you didn't know, Android Go is like a super budget version of Android that's usually really bad. I love this. It has a face lock app. Sure, let's try this out. Put your face here. Okay, it doesn't look like it's trying to do anything. Oh, there it goes. Oh, there's my face for a second. Did you guys see that? You know, I just noticed something. I don't have an app drawer on this phone. It just has these 2 pages of apps. Typically, if you like swipe up on a home page on Android, it'll, you know, do things, show you the other apps that are installed. Nope, not in this case. Oh, I was messing around in the settings and we have fingerprint sensing as well. Touch the sensor. It's down on the bottom of the phone? Are you sure about that? Oh, it's down there. It's under the screen. I don't believe that. It says it did it. Okay, let's try it out. Yep, there it goes. All right, let's try a different finger. Okay, that unlocked it. Should I try my elbow? Oh! It worked. How about another person's body? Let's try it out. Drayton, I need you to unlock my phone with your finger. Great, cool. That just, yep. Let's try this biohazard bread. There it goes.
Yeah.
Oliver, I need you to unlock my phone. Oh, it worked. All right, anyway, let's go ahead and connect this thing to Wi-Fi as much as I really don't want to do that. Oh, very good. The iPhone 17 from TikTok does not support 5 gigahertz Wi-Fi. I'm only seeing our 2.4 gigahertz network. All right, let's go ahead and try out the camera on this. All right, start things off. Here's the front camera. I don't know. I mean, it's bad, but that is technically a camera. Here's the rear camera. Somehow the rear camera I actually think is worse than the front one. Like, what is this? It's so blurry. And I actually want to test one last thing here. So we're going to move it back to the rear camera, and then I'm just going to cover up some of these lenses and see if I'm covering the actual camera up. It looks like this upper one is not the camera. How about this one in the middle of the phone? Nope. So that one on the bottom is the only real camera on this device. You know, I just noticed something, guys. Where is the Play Store? I see we have some like Google apps installed, but there's no Play Store. Open Play Store. Okay, it opened. It's not on the home screen, so I thought it didn't exist, but it's already installed on the phone. Sure, let's go ahead and sign in. Relax. Wait, huh? The phone just shut down. I was trying to sign into the Google. What even just happened? Did it like overheat? Installing system update? Didn't say anything about a system update. What is going on? Oh, system upgrade successfully. That took so long. Anyway, I was trying to sign into Google and it rudely interrupted me. What happens if I open YouTube? I assume it just won't have an account to sign into. Oh, it finally opened. Holy crap, this phone is slow. All right, let's try signing in from here. Maybe this will work better. I hit the add account button and it's just not doing anything. How are you worse than I expected you to be? This is such a disappointment. Okay, it is finally trying to sign in. This process has taken so long. I got beans and bologna. Now, I'm pretty sure this thing has Android Go edition, so it's not going to be able to use Stumble Guys, but let's see what happens. Yep, no Stumble Guys. Great. We can do Subway Surfers, though. Woo! Now, is it actually installing anything? Okay, good. Apps are actually showing up on the home screen here. I'm curious about something, though. I want to see our home launcher that we have at the moment. Oh, nice. There's only the one launcher installed. Launcher 3. Everyone's What? We have the colors back. What made that happen? Also, did Subway Surfers ever install? I don't think it did. Oh, okay, Subway Surfers is still installing. It's trying its best. Anyway, I want to install Lawn Chair. I like this launcher a lot on my phone personally. But we're gonna use this to see what other like apps and stuff are installed on the phone that are like hiding. Anyway, while I'm waiting for an eternity for things to install on this, let's go ahead and check what kind of device this really is. Oh, interesting. We got Android 8.1 on this bad boy. I thought we had 14. All the way back from 2017, the most recent version. Yep. Somehow it's got a security patch from June of 2025, though. How? I don't know. How does Android allow this to happen, by the way? Google, get on this. How are they allowed to do this? All right, let's check out our battery. We got good battery health. Great. Got an estimated capacity of 3,800 milliamp hours. I mean, that's not like a ton, but that's like not bad. I don't believe that for a second. According to the app, this phone does support 5 gigahertz, but the 5 gigahertz channel was definitely not showing up earlier. Honestly, though, that could be like a regional thing, so I don't know what's going on there, but 396 by 880 resolution. That's bad. Anyway, oh, good. Our launcher app that I installed is finally done. Let's change over to Lawn Chair. Oh, it's having a hard time. It does not like that I invaded its personal space by changing launchers. Here we go, okay. Okay, so these are like the default icons for the apps that we installed instead of like the custom Apple ones. Look at the face unlock one. That is very scary. Most of these, they look like the default Android 8-ish era like app icons. There's the file manager app. That looks so sketchy. Anyway, what other weird apps do we have? What is this search? What the heck? How old is this? You've got to be kidding. Does this still work? Allow browser to take pictures and record video. I'd rather you didn't. No audio. No, you cannot have my media. No contacts. You've got to be kidding me. What is this browser? Is this just the default browser? Yeah, it is. It wants to do all this garbage? Oh my gosh, get this off the phone. Anyway, let's go ahead and try YouTube. That was updating forever ago. Let's go ahead and see if we can watch a video on this thing. I really doubt it based on the performance we've seen so far. All right, sure, yeah, but random video. The search actually worked, by the way. Oh. What? Oh, what is this? Sweet. Oh, baby, this is bad. Also, I think we're watching this video in like 144p right now. 360p, close enough. What happens if I try to crank it to like 1080p? Oh, my bad. Max that it goes to is 720. I think it's loading in 720p. It looks terrible. I can't make out any details in the video. We're dropping some frames. Skipping forward is kind of laggy, but it's playing the video at 720p. For how bad the rest of this phone has been so far, it's a little better than what I would have expected, you know? Should we try to play Subway Surfer? I don't think it's gonna run well, but let's try it.
Much later.
Still loading. This is a game from like 1994 or whenever it came out. It's so slow. Do not correct me down in the comments. You know what I said is accurate. Oh, I think it's loading. It's trying to. Tap to play. Here we go. Oh, no. Oh, my God. I'm going to try to jump the barrier. Oh. It didn't like that. Guys, if you can't play Subway Surfers, like, what are we doing? All right, guys. Well, somehow I don't think our $40 iPhone from TikTok is actually an iPhone. I know. It's such a surprise. Do not buy this junk. It's probably has spyware on it. I don't even know how to test that, but yeah, it probably does. Number 10. Have you ever tried playing games on your phone? See, for me, I just cannot get into using a touchscreen for games. I need buttons. And that is why I bought this, the $30 Ultimate Gaming Dumb Phone from TikTok. You guys think I can play Roblox on this? Let's find out. Oh my gosh, look at this box, guys. It has so many games coming out of the screen. Oh man. Holy, I was not expecting this thing to be this huge. This is supposed to be a phone? This is like a PSP. There's so much going on with this thing. First of all, you may not believe it, but this thing is larger than a traditional phone. And here's like a normal size iPhone 4. You guys are all familiar with what this thing should look like. This thing is gigantic. What's funny though is that despite the size, it weighs nothing. We do have a really nasty screen protector on the front. Oh, my game console phone. Well, anyway, let's take a look at what's going on with this thing. We have so many buttons on the front. So you can see on this side, we have a traditional flip phone kind of interface. But then on this side, we have a D-pad like it's a console. And then I guess we can rotate it this way to start looking at it like a phone. Here's like a speaker grill, I assume. This thing up top, I think is supposed to be a flashlight. I don't know why the flashlight is just this like separate section away from the cameras. Looking at the back, you can see these are cameras, or at least one of them is. This bottom one, it looks yellow like it's a flash, but is this different than the light? I don't know, we'll have to test that out. I think back here, these are both speakers. On the bottom of the phone, what is this? We got a USB port. That is really random. A headphone jack and a micro USB to charge. Ugh. Also, can you guys see that? It's like the bag is already separating from the phone. I didn't touch anything yet. But I guess we can go ahead and open it up. Everything all good in here? The battery's there. It's a 2,500 milliamp hour battery, which is honestly not bad. Wow, that is a large battery. Actually, I'm glad I opened this up because it looks like they taped the battery so that the phone doesn't turn on during transit. Now, this phone only supports 2G, which is not possible to use in the United States anymore as far as I'm aware. So I don't think you're gonna be able to use this as a cell phone anymore. But all right, now that we have that battery in there, can we turn the phone on? Welcome. It's so loud! Oh my god, this screen is insane immediately. We got planes. Why are there so many lines on this battery indicator? You guys see that? This feels so strange trying to use what is essentially a flip phone in like landscape orientation. But it looks like the D-pad, if I use it on the main menu here, it kind of takes me to some shortcut options, which is kind of cool. This thing has a radio? There is no way this works.
If you like smoking silicon.
How do I shut you off, please? Okay, I found this setting to turn it into silent mode. Maybe that'll work. No, please be quiet. Oh, I figured it out. You press down on the D-pad. Oh my gosh. The radio works, by the way. Also, this is insane. The level 1 volume on this thing is already too loud. Anyway, that's just the first thing I happened to notice on the device. It's supposed to be a gaming phone and we're playing with the radio. Down on the D-pad, you get the camera. Oh my goodness. All right, let's try it out. There it is. It's a camera. That is horrific quality. I hate it. Does this thing have like a video mode? Oh. I think that's this. Hold on. I think I found it. Oh, come on. You need a memory card for the video features? Lame. Now, this thing is supposed to have like 200 games, I think. Yeah, and it has 128 megabytes of storage. With that kind of quality, you can fit a whole 20-hour YouTube video on here probably. Anyway, I think if I hit this button, it'll take us to a nice, like an actual home menu. We got a lot of things going on here. Here's the camera. We found that earlier. Multimedia. Is there anything already on the phone? No audio. Not enough space for video. Oh, no. We got the FM radio. We saw that. Recorder. What is this? Oh, it's for your mic. Testing. Did that just tell me not enough space? What if I do it like real quick? Oh wait, I think it did record it.
Yes, hello, I'm testing the microphone to see how this works.
It sounds pretty bad. We also got image. I imagine this is where we can look at our pictures. Anyway, what is this battery thing? Power bank? Power bank opened. What? Power bank closed. What possibly is that doing? Maybe that's for this port? Can you like charge other devices by plugging it into this port? I do have this Xbox controller that I can plug into the bottom of the phone. Sure, let's see what happens. Power bank on. Oh, power bank opened, it worked. You guys saw that too, right? I guess that's kind of cool. It seems like a weird feature for a phone like this, but not a bad idea. All right, what's under application? First thing, magic sound. Oh no, I don't want to know about your magic sound. Anyway, in the same area we have some other generic phone things. Calendar, calculator, alarm. What does a calculator look like? Yep, there it is. Bluetooth, torchlight. Oh, flashlight is on. There it is. It kind of looks bright on the camera, but in real life, it's not that crazy. Anyway, we also have the internet on this. How? Browser, Facebook, WhatsApp. How is this connecting to the internet? It doesn't have Wi-Fi, I don't think. I'm looking at connections for like some Wi-Fi settings, and it's just like SIM-related things. What happens if you try to open WhatsApp? Dial failed. Anyway, let's go ahead and open up the area we've all been waiting for. Games. Oh my, we really do have a lot of games. 201, in fact. Makes that noise every time. Why? Morocco 2Bs. What is this? Is this a Famicom game? Are these all Famicom games? Okay, what do I do? So we have a D-pad. Oh God. What possibly am I looking at right now? I figured out that these buttons here, they control the volume. Oh, okay, this play button I think is the start button. No, it's select. Is this the start button? Nope, okay is the start button, all right. Oh, it's like a shooty game. Okay, you press the 8 button to shoot. The frame rate is so low. I don't know this specific game, so maybe this is normal. I hate this so much. We have so many games to go through, guys. I think I saw Mario up here. Yeah, Super Mario, one word. This will give us a good idea of how this thing's actually performing. If it can't play NES games, then why do we buy this? Oh no, the frame rate, guys. There's no way. How can this not play NES game? I have never seen performance this poor for a Nintendo Entertainment System. What just happened to that mushroom? Does this look like your idea of a good time, ladies and gentlemen? Oh, finishing that level actually made my eyes hurt. That was really bad. What? I paused the game and it... You guys hear that? It's just beeping. Also, I just wanted to go right into the games, but like there is this first one here just called Help. What does this do? Oh, it tells you how to play the games. Okay. I'm sorry, what am I reading here? This makes sense at first, right? Left, right key, paged up, paged down in the game menu. Like, this kind of makes sense. 6-9 key is your AB buttons. 5-8 is continuous AB. Star is increase, decrease volume. We saw that. Up, left, right, down, special keys. Contra, down key, +6 key, down. What is happening? By the end, we've completely deranged into nonsense. 46 dot kibao kumu down key, 9 key, mine at the door. I wish I left mine at the door because I'm going crazy. Okay, all right, that was the help menu, Super Mario. I gotta try Contra. We had that one thing in the help menu about Contra. I think, I don't know. Maybe this is trying to do the Konami code? Maybe? I don't know. Let's try it. Down +6. Did that actually do something? Wait, I think it did. We have 30 lives. I don't know how, but I do think that actually did the Konami code. Oh my God, the slowdown is so bad. This is the game they showed on the listing as like, here, you want to buy this, right? You can play Contra on your phone. Like, I hate this so much. Get me out of here. Also, I don't know if you guys saw, but we have a Squirrel War, 1 and 2. All right, let's start with 1. Chip and Dale. I guess it is a Squirrel War. They're not squirrels, but sure. Chip, I am your father. Let's go back and try Squirrel War 2. Squirrel War. Wait, what? What did I see on the menu there? So it's a Famicom version. First of all, I didn't even know they did a Chip and Dale 2 for the Famicom or NES or whatever. Did they? Let me know down in the comments. Also, was it called Squirrel War? I gotta look this up. I'm reading about Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers 2, which is a real game. I don't see anyone talking about Squirrel Wars, though. Why did it say Squirrel War? What is happening? Anyway, what else do we have on here? Bubble Dragon? Is that Double Dragon? Oh, it's Bubble Bobble 2. My bad. We got Rockman, not Mega Man, but the Rockman, and just Rockman 1. Good. I can't even see my character. Where is he going? Oh my God, I cannot believe how bad this feels. Mega Man, you're invisible. I can't even see him. I can't. Do we actually have 200 games on here? Do they like start repeating at a certain point? 3 pigs. Puyon. Huh? I've never seen Puyon before. Oh, I lost it. Oh no. Anyway, Inflatable Dog? Is this a real game? Dig Dug. Dig Dug is Inflatable Dog. Fair enough. Jackie Chan Kick House. Super Baby. Yeah, we gotta play that. Oh my God, it really is a baby. All right. What is that doing? Does he have like a rattle? Oh, there he goes. He really is a super baby. He's just making him float away. Oh, you can float on him. Whee! You know, I'm not gonna lie, this game is kind of fun and better than I thought it would be. You can push the floating enemies into other enemies. Oh my gosh. Let me know down in the comments if you've ever played Super Baby. Number 179, memory card. What? New game? This is the first time this menu has popped up. Sure, new game. Oh, this isn't an NES game. This is like an actual phone game that's on this thing. Okay. 5 and 6. Ace. 4. Oh, sorry, I'm very bored. I don't know. Anyway, High Building. Are just some of these games random phone games instead of NES? Yeah, I guess so. Lights. Oh, it's like one of these. It's like a puzzle. There we go, I did it. I win. Warning. I think all of these are the phone games. Snake? Yep. Yeah, that sure is Snake. It's very slow, very low frame rate. So I guess at the bottom of the menu, you get a few more NES games, I guess. The final game is Hit Monster, and it's a, what does that say? Jack and Pop? I don't want to know. What happened? He's gone. Anyway, that's the video games on this thing. They show, I want to remind you guys, they show Crisis on the front menu. That's a crisis. Dealing with this phone has been a crisis. Anyway, let's go ahead and turn the phone off. I kind of want to open this thing up and see what's going on like inside of it. Why is there tape down here, by the way? Did you guys see this earlier? What is going on here? Somehow I missed that, but I kind of want to know what's going on underneath that tape. Anyway, I think I took all the screws out of the phone so I can get this like front piece off. Oh my gosh. Didn't expect it to explode like that, but well, that's interesting. You have the gamepad side over here and the keypad side over here that just kind of fell out like that. It makes me wonder if there's another phone out there that just has this part. Kind of just looks like it would slot right into a phone like this, right? We also got our screen here just hanging out. Oh my, the screen is not even like a cable. It's just like soldered directly to the board. That is so cheap. And I think I can sort of carefully flip the board over like so. And here's what we kind of saw on the back side. We got some slots for things, SD cards, SIM cards, stuff like that. I think everything that's actually happening on this phone is right under here. Kind of unfortunate I can't see under there, but it's a little more involved of a motherboard than I thought it would be. Slightly. What's under the black tape though? I have to know. And it's a whole lot of nothing. These almost look like optional chips that could have been installed but just aren't. I wonder what those are for. Number 9. Here on Smokin Silicon, we buy way too many garbage lots of phones from Goodwill, but today I think we may have struck gold. What was supposed to be a completely average box of iPhones quickly turned into one of the most profitable purchases we've ever made. Oh, and welcome to The Box. So as you guys can see here, I've already unboxed this massive iPhone lot. It's 34 phones altogether. These 3 right here are a little special. We'll get into these in a moment. But the rest of them you can kind of tell are just a mix of iPhone 5s and 6s and 7s all the way through the iPhone 10/10s. So as you guys can see, this is the listing we bought. All of the phones laid out like so. And somehow we managed to get this lot. It says $168 right here. After the shipping and handling and all that stuff, that's way too expensive for what it is. But regardless, after all that, it was about $200. Now already, 34 relatively modern iPhones for $200, it's not that bad at all. Running the quick math, it comes out to about $5.88 per phone. Making money off the phones is nice, but we're looking for interesting content, the juicy stuff. So we take an effort to make sure we buy untested lots of phones. As you can see in the title for this lot that we bought, it says untested. Includes iPhones of various models, 34 pieces. Thank you, Goodwill. But what is this? Devices have been tested only to be restored via iTunes. What does that mean? iCloud lock not guaranteed, no further information known, no further testing conducted. Okay guys, so I turned like 3 phones on. I could sit here and turn a bunch of them on, but as you can clearly see, these are on the factory reset screen. And I went through and tested every single phone you see here. These 3 are a little different. We'll go over these in a minute. And they are all, unfortunately, like this. They have all been factory reset. Now, unfortunately, this means we don't have any content to get out of these phones. What are we gonna do? We are Smokin Silicon. Here's a little like test I did with AI. You know, it's AI. You know how it is sometimes. And even then, as a conservative estimate, we're looking at $2,000. So that's right, ladies and gentlemen. Look at how much profit we're getting. There's so much profit. It's too much. I can't handle it. We're gonna need to go through, test these all out, make sure they're actually fully functional, but eventually they will all be listed at our website, jerryupgaming.com. So scan the QR code, go to the link in the description, check out these phones for yourself as they slowly get added to the site. So we gotta get rid of these. There's too many of them. But moving all these to the side, I wanna go over our 3 little exceptions here and what makes these guys special. So starting with this, I believe this is an iPhone 6S. I'm gonna boot it up and you guys will see pretty quickly that it has the one issue I am truly worried about with the rest of these phones here. Seems like a perfectly normal setup. Everything seems okay so far. Ooh, and here it is. Here's our problem. Activation lock prevents anyone who is not the owner from using this iPhone. Yeah, so if you don't know about this, when you have this issue, the original owner, I guess, theoretically could give you the username and password, if you know who they are. Basically, with rare exception, when you see this right here, it means the phone is a piece of garbage. It's pure junk. Sure, I'll try a device passcode. It didn't work. Then we have 2 other phones here that have something completely different going on. I think this is like an iPhone 7, 8, something like that. But as you can see, I didn't touch anything here. It just is already set up, already ready to go. What's going on with this iPhone? Why didn't it have the factory reset stuff? Well, it turns out I'm not sure it was factory reset. We actually have an Apple ID name here. Clicking on it, I can actually see an email. So yeah, this one just, for whatever reason, was not factory reset like all the other phones. Oh my gosh, 221 photos. That's fantastic. But what's weird is that all of the photos look like they were for Goodwill listings. Is this a phone that was used for listing things on Goodwill? What is going on here? And yeah, I mean, that's all of the photos. Look, here's all of them. I'm scrolling through purses and Legos and just everything. And there's basically nothing else on the phone. I see eBay where they like listing things here. It's not signed in though, so I can't see if this is like a phone used to upload like listings to eBay. That'd be really funny. But there is one interesting app that I have never seen before. What is this? This little infinity sign? We'll click on that in a moment. Let's open Safari. AuthenticateFirst.com. BenQ TK700 STI Lite. Looks like a monitor problem this person was having. And then yeah, just AuthenticateFirst.com. I have no idea what that is. But anyway, yeah, let's go ahead and open this app up and you can see it's Upright Link. What in the world is this thing? Well, here's where it gets even weirder. Moving on to this phone, this is a 10S Max, I wanna say. And this one has mostly the same situation going on. It unlocks straight to a home screen, was clearly not factory reset. It has the same person as the user ID. Does it also have photos? It does, of these things. Are these more things they were listing? I would believe they are, but I have no clue. There's Apple Music. Is there anything on here? That'd be amazing.
Nope.
That's sad. Anyway, as you guys no doubt have seen already, it has the same app down here. So let's go ahead and open up this. What is this gonna do? Nothing. Welcome to Upright Link. Based on the context clues, this is just straight up the software that they use to test phones before they list them. So maybe every phone you see here had this app on it at some point, and these just didn't complete the process for whatever reason. You might be wondering, if these are all factory reset, these are all boring devices, we're not gonna be able to find anything good. Don't you worry. I bought another box of iPhones for us to go over. I wouldn't leave you hanging like that. So yeah, let's go ahead and open this up, unbox it, and see what kind of devices we have in here. But taking them out, it looks like they are all variants of iPhone 5s. You can see we have a 5C, and the rest of them, I believe, from what I can tell here, are just normal iPhone 5s, so no 5Ss. All right, guys, I've plugged all the phones in, left them charging for quite a while now. Here are my results. This cracked screen phone, it's completely dead, doesn't do anything, doesn't turn on. I wouldn't say that's a surprise, but it's certainly a tragedy. This white phone's pretty interesting. On first glance, it doesn't turn on. We see nothing on the screen, but if I hold the home button,
Siri not available.
you can tell the phone does seem to be working, but you just can't see anything, so it might as well be broken. iPhone 5C, if I turn it on here, you can see it does work, but it has a pin. 2580.
She's gonna blow!
That was not the pin. Moving on. All right, black iPhone 5. Same story. It works, it turns on, but it has a pin, tragically. Here's where things get interesting. We turn this guy on, and we can go ahead and add this iPhone 5 to that pile of phones we saw earlier. This seems to be working. It's just factory reset. I guess I can run through the setup real quick, though, just to make sure. Oh, yep, we're on a, wait, we were on a home screen for a second. What is this? I thought we were in the clear. I saw the home screen and now we're back here, but you're kind of just stuck here. You can't do anything. You can't go back. Well, whatever. Let's move on to the next device. It's factory reset anyway. Now this guy right here, this is the most interesting phone of them all.
The most interesting man in the world.
It's got all this goop on the front, so that's fun. And unlocking the phone, we can see we have no passcode and there's a picture of a kid's happy, smiling face on the background here. That was a nice background, honestly, but I wanted to change it just so we don't gotta worry about blurring it as we look through the rest of the phone. And this phone, this is exciting. This is what we like to see. 40 Facebook notifications, 6,308 email notifications, even a settings notification. What is this? Usually this means like a system update. Yeah, software update, unable to check for update. Well, what system software are we on? I'm sorry, does that say capacity 13.3 gigs with 600 megabytes remaining? What? Also, it looks like we're on version 7 of iOS. According to the Wikipedia, iOS 7 came out in 2013, so it's very old. And the iPhone 5 came out in 2012, so it was updated for about a year. What are these 12 notifications and utilities? App Store, that's probably all updates. Flashlight. Is this before iOS had a flashlight feature that was like easily accessible? Bam. Bam! There it goes. There's your flashlight. That's amazing. Anyway, I love that we have the old Instagram app logo. That's awesome. Just open that up. It's actually loading things? What is the last time you guys saw Instagram looking like this? Oh, wow. That's crazy. Oh, this person posted this 2,419 weeks ago. How long ago was that? Calculator is telling me that was back in 1979. Is that accurate? That's, wait, what? Okay, clearly something is very bugged about the date and time on this phone. I guess I could check that. What does the calendar think like what year it is? 2016? What is going on? Instagram itself is posting that we have a new look. Our updated icon stays true to the camera and rainbow. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, this old logo, I mean, this is just objectively better. Can we all agree on that? What happened here? Did the Care Bear knock over the cookies and eat them all? Oh, hold up, I looked at the most recently used tabs and we got this note here. Call Ernie, COD amount 25 days, COD friendly funding. Tipo he Vilas Mujer Justin. I don't know what a single part of that means. Oh my lord, that is a lot of notes. They got a phone number here. Financing for small bus. 6-month history of $15K a month. Sneaker patent, leather, two-tone, black beige. Is this just like a type of person that just, whenever they have a thought, they just gotta write it down on like an Apple Note? Anyway, that was interesting. What else can we find? Let's open Safari. eHarmony.com is the first page. Okay. Oh, we have lots of tabs. Oh my. eHarmony, Skype. What does scale mean in business? Oh wait, there's more. The Cooties Live Reel YouTube. Got shoes. Free texting with Text Now. See, let's open the text messages. Are there gonna be things? Oh, yep, there we go. Hold on, I gotta get out the Google Translate. Give me a second. Having some kind of conversation about a doctor or something? Okay. In Louisiana, just ate a po' boy. What is that? You around for lunch tomorrow? Yeah, sure. Sir, in Weston. Wherever you want, girly man. What rude. That escalated quickly. Girly man, you available to have lunch with a real man tomorrow? Wow, that's quite the way to start a conversation. Got a fractured rib playing soccer. I can't even flirt. This is crazy. Jerk, it's lunch, not a dance-off. WTF, every time you play, you get injured. These guys are clear, they are boys. They are spitting all the slurs and stuff at each other. This is amazing. Talking about shoes with someone, that's, okay, this person really likes shoes, I guess. And oh my gosh, guys, there are so many texts on this phone. Holy crap, I'm still scrolling? I can look at these for days. We gotta move on though. Let's check out the 40 Facebook notifications. That's not a good sign. It doesn't look like it wants to open. Oh, no internet connection. I see things that, oh, hold up. It's trying. You can still post while offline. Ooh, chicken of the trees, eating South Florida's iguanas. You know, I'd rather not. How about messages? Is it gonna let me see these? Oh, you can also see it when we have this like white screen here. You can see a bit of yellowing on the screen on the bottom here, but it's not too bad. Yeah, it doesn't look like this wants to load, unfortunately. But still, we saw an older-ish layout for Facebook. That's interesting. How about maps? There's something's loaded there. It's somewhere in Florida. All of these are Florida addresses. We're gonna blur all these with that's too much information. Should I open the email? I'm kind of scared. That's a lot of email. eHarmony matching. We're pleased to introduce today's match. Wait, this is from 2018. I thought this wasn't used since 2016. I'm confused. eBay, time to relist men's and ladies... What?
Huh?
Oh, men's and ladies wallets for 49 bucks. One unsent message. They were sending a picture of a shoe.
You ever drunk Bailey's from a shoe?
Okay. We got Skype. Does Skype show anything? Oh, I gotta update. That's sad. Snapchat almost always works. Oh, I gotta log in. Oh, we got games on here, except none of these are games. What? All right, anyway, I say it's time we stop messing around. We gotta look at the photos. There's gotta be photos on this, right? Ooh, there are. 3 videos.
It's my new obsession.
Oh, they're serving some kind of meat. There's something happening here. That's a meat of some kind.
This is our top analyst. Paula has years of experience researching marketing and many...
That's awesome. More upside down photos. This guy loves taking photos upside down. Oh, he's got shoes. He's taking pictures of his competition, or maybe these are the shoes he made. I don't know. What in the world is this? Trade secrets of his shoe company. Looks like some kind of shift schedule. Again, upside down, by the way. I just want to make note of that. Shoes, 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 shoes. Oh my God, that is a terrifying looking shoe. That's so green. Who is gonna wear that? What? Look at that. Oh, look, it's more shoes. Is this his little like shoe stand? And in case you needed more shoes, here they all are. And then at the very end, we have a single photo of a dog. Adorable. I opened Gmail and this started happening. Oh my. Anyway, guys, I think that's enough exploring this phone, but this is a quality device made up for that whole box of nothing we got.
Number 8.
Every parent these days knows that in order for your kid to survive, they need to be able to play Fortnite on their phone, to fit in with their friends.
Oh, God.
Yeah, this is the kind of thing they might see if you don't also limit what they're seeing on the internet, however. Well, don't you worry. Right here, I have the Ultimate Kids smartphone from Amazon that supposedly lets parents monitor everything on their kid's device. Let's open it up and see what it's like. Here it is, ladies and gentlemen. It's just a generic Samsung phone powered by Bark. Now, we bought this bad boy from Amazon for over $200.
Huh?
But you can buy it from their website for much cheaper if you want to do a contract. My goal here is to avoid that if possible. Welcome to the Bark family. And yeah, sure enough, this is just a normal Samsung A-series device. It's very generic looking. Let's just hold the power button and see what the initial setup experience is like before we even do any of the parental control stuff. I want to see like a dog animation for the boot up screen. Come on now. Oh, it's just space. Dogs don't belong in space. All right, what is happening here? We have a grayed out Chrome and camera app. The weather widget is in the center of the phone. It's already yelling at me. By the way, no, wait, this auto opened. I was gonna say there was no setup process. Scan the QR code from your parent device to get started. We also have 5G already set up, so there's a SIM card pre-installed in this phone. I kind of want to see what happens if I don't scan this. Like, can we do literally anything with the phone? Wow, everything is grayed out. Action not allowed. We could look at settings. Let's see it. Sure enough, it's a Galaxy A16. Unknown phone number. It's on the Bark network. I guess I can go in and connect to Wi-Fi maybe, so we can get at least some internet. Oh, as soon as I connected to Wi-Fi, this thing changed to online. Oh, it's got a software update for us. Okay, we don't really have a choice in the matter. It's gonna make it happen. Well, guys, there's really nothing else going on with this phone, so I guess I'll go ahead and scan my Bark QR code and do our setup process. Welcome. Let's get your child's new device set up. Okay, I haven't actually set up any kind of like line stuff yet for this phone. Oh, contact support. Okay, I hope that doesn't matter. Anyway, let's activate a new line. Ooh, they got a $30 a month plan, but it comes with no apps, no browsers, no voicemail. No voicemail? What is this, 1995? Like what? $30 a month. All right, I guess you have to do the advanced plan. I think I'll just do the $50 one because they're all the same. They just give you different amounts of like mobile data. Except for this one, this gets you nothing at all for mobile data. You have Wi-Fi only, which maybe for a kid's phone is not terrible. I am 18 or older and will only add my children to my account who are under 18 and are my legal dependents. Yes. Oh wow, they don't let you do any adults for the Bark phone. I can only go back to 2008. He was born in the great 2012 apocalypse. All right, we get to confirm some settings. Ooh, sure, we'll allow the App Store. I don't know what that, oh wait, allow App Store. Oh, the Google Play Store, you could just have them have access to the whole thing? Oh, but you need app approval before things are installed. Okay, that makes sense. Texting, contact approval, sure. Let's turn on web browsing. I just want to see what it's like. Ooh, phone number setup, nice. That was easy. What apps does Ryan use? We'll set all that up later. Oh, Fortnite. Yeah, we gotta give him Fortnite. And here we go. It looks like I'm on some kind of dashboard now. Install the Bark Parent app to get notified about potential issues. Yeah, that sounds reasonable. Here it is, Bark Parental Controls. The app has 4.2 stars. Honestly, that's not bad. Oh, nice. We're back on that dashboard now, but now we're in a dedicated app. Makes sense. It looks like the phone is trying to connect now. Are we done with updates? This whole time, it's just been updating. Quiet. Review Ryan's alert sensitivity. It looks like they're monitoring your child's like messaging and stuff to make sure they're not depressed or something like that. That's really interesting, but it's very concerning how they are monitoring that. Sure, we'll approve all that.
A few moments later.
All right, I've gone through and set up a whole bunch of things, so I think we're all good to go. And honestly, I gotta say, the whole setup here is really clean. It's one of the nicer kids' phone setups that I've seen on the channel. Now, before we go any farther with this phone, I wanna show you guys something real quick. So this right here is the Bark website. You can see here's our Samsung phone that we purchased. Originally, when I found that this phone exists, we were gonna do a purchase through their website directly. You can see here, you get a Bark phone. You can select your plan, yada, yada, yada. Add this to your cart, very cool. But here's the sketchy part. You go all the way through the process. You're gonna order the phone, do the subscription, whatever. You pick your data plan. At the very end, you can see they have this tiny little blurb. Just says, I agree to the terms. You click on the terms, and it gives you this document here, this scary looking document. And basically, here's the most important part. They guarantee you have to make 24 payments. They're only $10 each, but still, that comes out to $240 altogether you're gonna pay. And as far as I'm aware, you're locked into that for 2 whole years. I don't think you can pay it off early. Meanwhile, on Amazon, you can just straight up buy the phone for $240. So like, why wouldn't you just do that? It's just super sketchy. That just, I don't know, like, it puts a bad taste in my mouth, you know? Like, come on now, look at this. Is it clear at all to you guys that you are locking yourself in for 2 years just by looking on this page? And guys, this is just the base model phone. They have a Pro one as well that you'll end up paying $150 more than the market value for if you go with their contract. Also, this is like the 4th kids phone we've seen, and we've never seen a contract like this come up at all. Sketchy stuff all around, I'll say. All right, guys, let's start messing around with some of these apps. So you can see we actually have a lot more apps installed. These showed up at some point during the setup process. Let's just start with Chrome. I enabled the ability to like use the internet freely. So does this actually work? We're just gonna go to YouTube, Smokin Silicon. And yeah, sure enough, that actually works fine. That's kind of rare on kids' phones. Usually the web browser is very restricted. And we have some fairly normal, generic Samsung looking apps like the calculator. I kind of want to try the camera. Usually the camera is surprisingly locked down. Ooh, I'm actually not terribly impressed with this camera. It's kind of blurry. I mean, you can see how unhappy I am, so I guess it's doing that at least. But all right, these are the ones I really want to check out. We got the Bark specific apps. Bark Guard Dog shows us our phone number, some of the things we have enabled. Fun. Whoopee cushion off. Shake your device to blast off. It doesn't work. Do I have to enable that on my parents' phone? Hold on. Oh, I found it! Enable whoopee cushion. Bark does not condone bullying. Please embarrass responsibly. Oh, whoopee cushion is on now. Oh God, it's working. Let's try Thunder Pants. Very nice, very nice. They put a lot of work into this. I appreciate that. Does this work even if the screen is off? Ryan, it is time for me to give you your phone. Oh God. Now, I activated a very important security measure. You can only turn the phone on if you shake it first. No, the phone. No. Got him. Yeah, I gotta admit, that's a pretty fun feature. Anyway, what else do we have? We have messages. We'll see that in a second. What's the Bark app? This is different than the other app we saw. You can do some check-in stuff, tells you about your data usage, okay. Account info, makes sense. Let's go to the Play Store. So I think this is just straight up the Play Store. And I set it up in a way where, yeah, I can just install whatever I want, I think. So let's just go to YouTube. Can I just, oh, it's already installed. I just update it, okay. App request, the following app has been sent for approval. YouTube. I actually got a notification, Ryan wants to install YouTube. Sure, let's approve YouTube. I imagine from the parent's perspective, this makes it really easy to like, you know, if the kid's being good, you can let them use an app, and then all of a sudden they're starting to behave poorly. You can yank the app away. It's not a bad idea. And then now that I've approved it, yep, it shows up right there as the YouTube app. And it already is set up with the Google account that I signed into earlier. Let's see how the YouTube experience is on this phone. The $35 metal business phone from AliExpress. Speakers sound pretty good. It's only playing at 360p right now, though. Let's jump up to 1080p. And back to call center. Wow, this thing does not have a lot going on. I'm not noticing a lot of issues with playback, so yeah, YouTube on this is totally fine. Now let's see, I want to play Fortnite on this bad boy. Can I do that? Is Fortnite even available on Android? I honestly have no idea. What about Roblox? Is this available for me to install? It is. Now, in the past, when I tried to install Roblox on our last kid's phone, I think it had a very specific message saying like, this app is known for doing bad things to children, so we were not going to let you install it on the phone. So let's see what happens here. We got another app request going to my parent phone here. Interesting. Actually, Bark doesn't seem to have a problem with Roblox at all. Sure, so we'll allow it. Oh, nice. You can even like block it during certain times of day. So yeah, you can limit the video game exposure. That's kind of cool. I gotta say, compared to a lot of the other kids' phones I've seen, this seems to have a much more healthy relationship between kid wants to play game, parent says, okay, and then they can limit it according to whether or not the kid seems to need that or not. And yeah, sure enough, that works. It just wants me to sign in and stuff, so I'm not gonna do all that. Now, I wanna try out some of the more advanced monitoring stuff they have, so I'm gonna try sending some text messages. Oh, I just typed in my personal number, and it says that I need to approve it on the parent phone. And here we go. Now, father actually shows up as a contact when we want to text, and I'm just gonna say, hello to start with, SMS. Did that actually send? It looks like it did. Yep, that showed up just fine. Cool. Now, I sent a somewhat mean message to the child here, and yeah, it looks like that sent just fine. So I want to know how far I can push it before Bark is like, by the way, your kid's being bullied. All right, so far it doesn't look like the Bark phone has any issues with what I've sent, so let's get a little crazy. All right, I sent some spicy text messages. Let's see what Bark has to say about it. Yeah, they just show up totally fine with no filtering or anything. This might be a situation where you want Bark to step in a little more than it currently is. Wait a minute, guys, I opened my phone later and I have no idea when this showed up, but the conversation we were having with father here was marked with profanity and bullying. So there you go. It looks like it takes a little while for the systems to catch on to certain words, but it does eventually let you know that certain messages are coming into your child's device, just a little later than you may like. Now, one last thing I want to check with this phone real quick. Typically these sort of monitored kids phones are basically impossible to break into. Let's just start with some easy stuff, you know, that would allow you theoretically to break open the phone. Tapping the build number usually allows you to activate some developer options. Action not allowed, so you can't do that very easily. For comparison on my phone, if I tap the build number a bunch, which just adds this developer options thing right here, and then from here you could theoretically open OEM unlocking if the phone allowed it, and you can install custom firmwares and stuff. There might be some exploits you could theoretically do with this device, but at the very least, the easy stuff, not so easy to accomplish on a phone like this. Alright guys, I actually found a weird, interesting development with this phone when I tried to connect it via USB to my car here via Android Auto. I discovered that not only does this phone fully allow you to use Android Auto with very little intervention from the parent, it also allows you to access some apps that are otherwise not showing up anywhere on the phone. And just to test this, you can see here I actually went through and disabled the Maps app, but yet I can open the Maps app just fine on Android Auto. So that's like an interesting little workaround. So maybe this is potentially an avenue to jailbreak the phone? I'm not really sure, to be honest. Ryan, give me your final thoughts on the kid's phone.
I'm older than you are.
No. Number 7. Today, guys, I have a very unique episode of The Box. Inside of the box, I have another box, because typically we go through untested phones I buy from Goodwill, I throw them all in here, but this time I instead bought 24 phones from Whatnot all inside this box in a box, and in this episode, we'll open it up and see if we get anything good. Oh my, just like Goodwill, they like to stack all the phones on top of each other. That's not a good sign. Just take this guy out. Oh my goodness. Oh, it looks awful. It's got the Yoda pop socket though, okay. That's at least $12 of value right there. Oh baby, we got like a modern flip phone? Folding phone, my bad, my bad. Oh no. Oh God. Okay guys, up first I gotta talk about this phone right here. It doesn't look too special, right? It's some kind of Samsung. If I flip it over, you'll immediately start to see we have a bit of a problem. The camera is a little, it's falling down into the phone. That's okay, interesting enough. But here's the really sketchy part. Here's another S10 Plus to happen to be in the same lot. Also, what happened with the back of this? Is that glue? I don't wanna know. But in the hands, this is like 3 times heavier than this phone here. I'm pretty confident that this entire phone has been stripped out. In fact, if you look at the USB-C port, there's just straight up nothing in there. I don't see a motherboard, I don't see a battery, there's nothing. Why would you go through the effort of taking the phone apart, taking all the stuff out, and then putting it back together if you're just gonna part it out? And also, why are they selling this as a phone on Whatnot? This isn't a phone, but parts only, I guess. And I would like to move on to an actually working phone next. We gotta start out with the folding phone, right? We just don't see these very often on the channel. First of all, is this tape? There's tape like holding the back together. Just gonna kind of peel that off. Okay. You can see clearly the phone was like dropped or bent a little too much or something. So let's go in and open it back up. Let's see if it turns on. Oh yeah, very nice. That's all. That's the only part of the screen you need. You don't need the rest of it. It's fine. I think it might be trying to boot. It's trying to do something. We got a visual on the top of the screen too. Oh yeah, wow. Oh, I can see the top bar. That's all you need. If I close it, can we see some screen stuff over here? It's Saturday, July 17th. That's the extent of all the info you get. Yeah, this isn't one of the newer models where this actually is like a fully functional touchscreen. This is just a little, oh, we can see things. Hold up, I lied. App updates are ready. Updating, Google Play Protect. There's nothing interesting here. It's just a bunch of nonsense. How did you factory reset a phone that looks like this? I guess this does count as a cracked screen for our bingo card. So yeah, woo, what a start. Yeah, guys, in case you missed the last week's episode, we made this goofy little bingo card, and I figured let's throw that in every episode. I love this idea. What happens if I get a bingo? Keep watching episodes of The Box. Maybe you'll find out. Okay, looking on Samsung's website, it does indeed look like a Flip 4. In fact, if I hold it like this, it's pretty much a 1-to-1 match, right? You know what, guys? Surprisingly, I found 2 listings here for also very broken Samsung Flip 4s, and yeah, they're about 40 bucks each. Look, for a phone in this kind of condition and the fact that we paid $70 for this entire lot, I will take that all day. By the way, guys, if you are interested, we sell a bunch of phones on our website, jarabgaming.com. Scan the QR code up there. Eventually, they'll all make it on there, but it takes a while. All right, guys, let's go ahead and move on to our Glue S10 Plus here. Seriously, what is this? Other than that, though, it actually doesn't look too bad. Go ahead and turn it on, see if it works. Oh, baby, she's booting up. Okay, we're on a lock screen. Let's go ahead and swipe up. Oh, we have a pin. Well, even if it's locked or whatever, is an S10 Plus worth anything? Let's see if I can find out. Okay, here's one that's sold for $89, and it has like a cracked screen and stuff. This being locked actually might be worse than that. I can't really tell you either way with that one. Potentially $89? We'll take that all day. Wait, I just wanted to turn off the phone and it says I need to put the pin in? Are you joking? What does it matter? What does the pin have to do with turning the phone off? Come on now. I was gonna do the whole hold the volume button at the same time, but it looks like the volume buttons are glued. Well, let's go and move on to the next device. What a piece of crap. Ah! Okay, guys, up next I have this phone. It's another cracked phone. Woo, we've seen a million of these. But this one, I got it to boot up like a minute ago, and it had a really weird screen that I've never seen before. So it boots up normally, goes through some Samsung stuff. We see a track phone screen here. But then we get this. Your phone is encrypted for security. To start up your device, enter your password. This doesn't look like a lock screen or anything. It's just like, it's a totally different thing. Encrypted? Maybe this is like a secret spy's phone. They had to encrypt their whole device somehow. What am I talking about? Let's go ahead and move on to the next device. Oh, that's a good sign. I see a phone here. It showed a battery thing. That's good. And this is a Google phone. Is this like a Nexus? I just don't remember this phone like right off the top of my head. But let's go ahead and power it on and see what we got going on here. It vibrates. We got a Google logo immediately. Yes, let's go. Looks like it's factory reset. Connect to mobile network. I don't want to. I don't want to connect to Wi-Fi. All right, I gave it a Wi-Fi password. I really feel like you shouldn't have to do that just to get to the home screen. Oh, no. No! What not? You're making me angry. All right, well, looking it up, this is indeed a Google Pixel. I wasn't sure if it was a Pixel or a Nexus, but it is kind of cool to see this. It's like the OG, you know? All right, looking up the price of one of these bad boys, though, I found the perfect listing because it's like the same phone and it's like also Google locked like this one is. And it's 26 buckaroos. $10 delivery, so maybe 36 bucks. Woo! I'm just so sad. This is such a cool phone. Why has it got to be Google locked? Ah. Okay, guys, we got a Chongus up next. Look at the size of this thing. Also, this phone is very bent, it's very curved, it's got a pop socket on the back with Yoda. I'm not even really sure if it was charging when I plugged it in. I don't know. Let's just hold the power button and pray. I felt a vibration. I see nothing on the screen. Also, this feels genuinely dangerous to try to use. This is pure garbage, just garbage. I hate it. Next, guys, we got a totally normal something. It's an LG phone. I see no problem with this phone. Missing nothing. Perfect condition. Will this thing even turn on? Let's go ahead and see. Where's the power button? God, do you guys see what happened there? There's so much damage on those pins. Oh, man. Wait a minute. I think I know what's going on. The power button is like, it's one of those ones that goes on the back of the phone. So there's just no way I'm going to be able to turn this on. That sucks. Well, I had it plugged in for a while. Was it showing something when I had it plugged in? Hold on. Oh, that's so tragic. I can see the screen works. Oh, what? All right, guys, I'm gonna try to make something happen with this phone. I believe in it, okay? Looking up the battery model number that I have right here, I was able to figure out it looks like it's a G6. Now, let me see if there's some way. Maybe I can like short some of the pins here and get it to boot. I don't think I've ever tried anything sketchier on a phone, but we're gonna make this one happen. Screw it. I'm just gonna hold the screwdriver down at random points and see what happens. Wait, it's doing things, I think, maybe. Possibly, hold on. You gotta believe. Oh, there's no way. I am a mad scientist. Let's go. The power of screwdriver does not fail. It's gotta be locked, right? That's gonna be my luck. Wait, what happened? Come back. Okay, let's be very careful with it. There's no passcode. Dude. Yes. Yes. Oh. No. Come back. Yeah, it looks like after like a few moments of being booted up, the phone just gets kind of frozen here. Yeah, and then it just turns off. Okay guys, up next I have an LG phone of some kind. The front looks pretty cracked, but it's not atrocious. Let's go and hold the power button, see if it works. Oh my, this screen is not good. Let's just open the text messages. No messages. This was definitely factory reset. That's, how? How did you factory reset a phone in this condition? All right, somehow I was able to get some info out of the about phone section on this thing, but apparently it came out in 2020, so it's a little bit of an older phone. It's an LG K51. Yeah, unfortunately for this model phone, it looks like lock to boost mobile only. Even in working condition, you're looking at 35 bucks, so this is sadly garbage. Either way, let's go and move on to the next device. Okay guys, up next I have a, what is this? It's a Vortex phone MaxSip Telecom. It's turning on. It's got a squished Android logo down here. It's a little bit like, whoop. I only have 17% battery left. Oh, I gotta go quick. Oh, it's got a pin. Anyway, I guess I can look up what phone this is. There's no way this is worth anything. Okay, I found a lot of two of these. I think it's a Vortex A24. Two of them together sold for $55, so maybe 25 bucks. Oh well, let's go and move on to the next device. Okay guys, for a second I think I saw a battery indicator on this. Looking at the front of this phone, what is going on up here? Anyway, it's an Orbic phone. Let me know down in the comments if you ever heard of this thing before. Of course, this phone turns on. That's crazy. Also, every time I touch the screen at all, do you guys see that weird pattern there? Text messages up there for some reason. Wait, what is this phone?
Text-to-speech engine.
The entire touchscreen area around the keyboard doesn't work. This is a piece of garbage. Next. Oh, 100% charge on this one. That's nice. By the way, it's a Samsung phone. My bad, it's a Grizzly phone. Oh, my apologies. There we go, it's a Samsung Galaxy A10e. Somehow the screen is functional despite looking like this. Okay, we got a pin. Oh, of course. Enter pin to turn off phone. Oh my God, I give up with this thing. Next! Ooh, we got a very warm to the touch phone. Why are you so toasty? This is a Samsung of some kind. Let's just take a look at the inside right off the bat. This is so warm. What is that? Why is that red? Whatever, let's throw the battery back in there and see if this powers on. I'm thinking probably not. Also, I took a closer look here and this door latch, whatever you want to call that, it looks like that's been pried into before. So yeah, I don't think this phone's been working for a long time and clearly someone's been trying to get in here, so. That's a hot pile of garbage, unfortunately. Next! Ooh, we got an exciting one up next. Why is the red light on already? I don't know. Anyway, this is a Galaxy Note 3. The back is very gross. It's just like a gross leather texture. Yeah, it's bad. But maybe it'll work. Oh, it's turning on. Let's go. Oh, it's a T-Mobile. I love the Note 3. The Note 3 is a fantastic phone. That burn-in is crazy. Do you guys see that? What's up, below 8? Excuse me, what is this font? There's so much happening. We have a passcode. Yeah, I'm not gonna be able to get in here, but this is so customized. It looks so fancy. Are these worth anything, even if they look like this? Yeah, I'm gonna say no, since they sell for like $25 to $30 if they're in good condition. Anyway, let's move on to the next device. Okay guys, up next we have a backless Samsung phone. I think this is like an S4, S5, something like that. I think I see the remnants of a SIM card in there. You guys see that? Let's see if this thing turns on. Oh, there we go. It's an S5, by the way. What is this screen? Why are we in, is this Japanese? Chinese? I honestly don't know. Let's just select English. Okay, sure enough, we're going through like an initial setup wizard. But why was that the default language? Is this like a different region, like phone? How did you get here? What an annoying noise to hear all the time. Yeah, this is definitely like peak Samsung bloatware. Like, holy crap, I didn't do anything to this phone yet, and all of these apps are installed by default. Now, here's something interesting about this phone, though. I'm looking at GSM Arena. This says that it uses Android 4.4.2, upgradable to 5.0.1 Lollipop, but it says here 6.0.1. Anyway, let's go and move on to the next device. This thing's a piece of garbage.
Number 6.
Each year, thousands of iPhones are donated to Goodwill, where they're often sold off immediately without testing them at all. And I'm not talking about your local Goodwill, I'm talking about their online platform. There, iPhones are typically some of the toughest listings to get a good deal on. But somehow, I managed to get nearly 20 devices for just $60, plus $40 of shipping. And I'll tell you right now, I'm not so certain I got my money's worth. All right, I got all the iPhones laid out now. We got some 4s down here with some like 3G era phones, and then a whole bunch of like the 6 SE 7 kind of generation phones. Now, quite a few of these have really bad battery issues, like this one is terrifying, but hey, 20 phones, 60 bucks, we'll take what we can get, right? Oh man, here's another one. It's a 16 gig, it's either a 3 or a 3S. You can see inside of there, oh, that's gnarly. And then there's one over here that's just like, holy crap. The screen is completely falling apart on this one. Knowing our luck, this will be the only phone that turns on. We'll see. But either way, let's go ahead and plug all these in and see how many of them work. All right, guys, up next I have an iPhone 4. Might be a 4S, but whatever, doesn't really matter. It actually looks pretty decent. I'm not seeing any signs of bloating yet. Just normal stuff for an iPhone. It's very clean looking, honestly. And oh, we already have power on this one. Do you have passcode? You do not. Okay. Got the multitasking. Someone made a new voice recording. That's the most recently used app. That's it. We got to open that. What does that mean? Envy me? Reasons new recording. All right, here we go.
I was sprung in the mix, taking 5 shots of love. Now my lust involving loss.
This is immediately one of the wildest phones I've seen in a while. Oh my gosh.
It's my little rough draft. So it ain't perfect. Made my heart insane. You know what I'm saying? If only you know how the fans support me through.
Do we have photos on this? Yeah, we do. All right, off the bat, we got the dog photo. You'll love to see it. That is a roof with a hole in it and a bunch of cables. It's like 16 images and videos all together. So yeah, not much going on with this. Oh, you got the Flashlight Pro app? Let's go. That's huge. Look at that, it works. Incredible. Oh my gosh, look at all the features in this flashlight app. I miss when apps looked like this. This is amazing. Oh, you got the pro version, but it still has ads? Where are these ads coming from? This thing is not connected to the internet. LibriVox? What is this? Nothing loaded there, unfortunately. This is all the apps on the phone. Not a lot going on here. Let's check out the text messages. 0 texts? What was this phone used for? Just recording the reps. Is there music? Oh, there is. Oh, it was used like an MP3 player, I bet. That's actually kind of cool. There's a lot of music on here. Now playing. The Jackson 5 ABC. Nice. Oh my gosh, 2,700 songs. A lot of it is just like classical music. I've never seen an iPhone 4 used like an MP3 player / music recording device. Oh, I found his notes. He's got his lyrics. Oh, let's go. What version of iOS is this thing running? And it's on version 7.1.2. When did that come out? Wow, 7.1.2 was the last version of iOS 7. It was released in 2014. That's not bad at all for an iPhone 4. Oh, I opened the USA Today app and actually some things loaded. Talking about some Apple event, the iPad Air 2 and iPad Mini 3. Apple Pay to launch Monday. I love finding stuff like this on phones. It's like a time machine. Charging your phone while asleep could make you fat. What? Now, if you do the math, we paid about $3 per phone. I want to see if we made some money back on this iPhone 4. There's a little bit of a range, but for the most part, it looks like you can get like 35, 40 bucks for one of these. So that's half of what we paid for the entire lot. That's kind of crazy. Either way, though, let's go ahead and move on to the next phone. All right, up next we have I think it's a 6S. The back doesn't look too great. I don't know what all these marks are. And then the front, you can see the phone actually is already on, but the screen is pushed away from the middle, which typically indicates that the battery is starting to give us some issues. And looking at the screen itself, you can see that that very much is the case. What is this pattern on the bottom? If I press home to unlock, we get it's a pin. The touchscreen, it kind of works sometimes. Yeah, so clearly the battery is just pressing so hard against the touchscreen that it's barely functional anymore. Either way, there's no way this is worth anything. So let's go ahead and move on to the next device. Alrighty, up next I have an iPhone 4/4S. Looks pretty clean, few scratches and stuff, but it's not bloated or anything. So for an iPhone 4, that's pretty solid. Let's go ahead and hold the power button, see if it turns on. Oh, it's already on. Hold on. Okay, is there a passcode? Oh, there's not? Oh my goodness, guys. First thing I like to do, let's see the most recently used apps. We got Safari, got camera. There's a little thumbnail down there. I can see a little person. It's almost impossible to make out, but that must have been the original user. All right, I'm excited. Where do we start? Safari. Oh my goodness. That's a good number of tabs, ladies and gentlemen. None of these are gonna load, but you can get a little bit of info from the little preview panel here. Yeah, every single one of these tabs is Facebook. Why didn't they just use the Facebook app? There's no Facebook app installed. What is that Uber logo? When did the Uber logo look like that? PayPal here. This phone's old, I can tell. All right, let's go to the photos. We saw there should be 700 on here. Oh yeah, we got some good ones. Where's the thumbnail we saw earlier? Is this an accidental photo? I kind of love that. The final moment that this person ever used this phone. Oh, wow, that's a quality photo. Look at that. It's like a sunrise, sunset situation. Oh, you got the dog photos. You always got to have the dog photos. That boy has seen things. Ooh, what is that? Some kind of art? Debatably. Most of the photos I'm seeing are just this person going on random trips. They're very wholesome pictures with the family. Pretty normal stuff. Do we got any text messages? You're using an iPhone 4 in 2017? That's actually pretty awesome. What's going on here? Anyway, it's all just texts with friends and family members and stuff. Nothing too crazy. We got 3 emails. HGTV confirms rumors are true. Apple help. Your account has been locked until we hear from you. Is this a scam. Ah, I see. I don't think that's a real Apple email. Oh, we got a ton of voicemails.
Hi, Stella. It's Mary. It's that time. Need my haircut.
All the voicemails are people calling her about haircuts. That's kind of wholesome. Anyway, what version of iOS is this thing running? Oh, it's on 7.1.2. We saw this on another phone. It's one of the last versions that the iPhone 4 supports, I'm pretty sure. And an iPhone 4, good condition, we already know it's worth like 30, 40 bucks. So yeah, let's go ahead and move on to the next device. This is a great find. All right, up next I have a little bit of a dangerous phone. You can see it's already turning on somehow. And it's kind of a shame because it looks like it still works if the screen was like not a deadly weapon. Maybe someday I'll try to do a screen replacement on one of these. I feel like it wouldn't be that hard, especially with how many iPhones I clearly have. But for now, this is a fat pile of garbage. Let's go ahead and move on to the next phone. All right, guys, up next we have an iPhone 3 something. Looking a little gnarly in there. You can actually see it's starting to split open. I hope that's from like a fall or something and not the battery pushing it out. I don't know. So our power button's gone. What? Yeah, tragically, even when it's plugged in, I can't seem to get the phone to turn on at all. That is a shame. On to the next one. Alrighty, up next I have an iPhone 6, I think. It's in model A1549. Yep, that's an iPhone 6. It's honestly in really good condition, no damage to the screen or anything, so let's see if it turns on. Oh, we're already booted up. Uh-oh, it vibrated, it didn't like my fingerprint, and I don't know the passcode. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Nope.
Dang it. Well, that's unfortunate. If you didn't know, when you have an iPhone, you have a passcode, you're pretty much screwed. You can't reset it. You can't do nothing. So despite how nice physically this phone looks, it's not really worth too much. That's okay. On to the next device. All right, guys, I think I have a pretty good one up next. This is a very sticky phone. You feel that stickiness through your ears? I hate it. What did I just say? This is a iPhone 6s, and you can see here it's already turned on. The screen is very orange. I think that's just a filter they have. It's like the nighttime filter. I kind of like it though. It's giving like warm, cozy vibes. What's happening up here? Silent mode on. You've reached your time limit on your notes. How do you even, what? You've reached your time limit on Google. Screen time will be limited until 7 a.m. tomorrow. I don't think I've ever seen someone actually use this feature. Daily average 22 hours. How is that even possible? All right, oh, I need the passcode. Wait, there's no passcode on this phone, but there's a passcode for the screen time? I think we found it, ladies and gentlemen, the weirdest phone to ever exist. 1, 2, 3, 4. Nope. Oh. My assumption here is that this was a kid's phone and the parents wanted to limit their usage of it. Fair enough, I guess. Text messages? Oh, we got some stuff. Christian, try hard rat. That's not very nice. They're sending quality memes out here. This is good stuff. Oh, it looks like some notes for class. I'm not gonna lie, I did not read that as hydrogen bonds. I said something else in my brain. I'm assuming this is a child. Did he just get a link to join Robinhood? Excuse me? There's something illegal happening here. I don't know what it is yet though. Paula on TikTok. You've reached your time limit on TikTok. Nah, ignore limit. You can ignore the limits? Hold on, this changes things. Also, look at all these apps. Dang. Oh, he's got a Mogus. Minecraft, Roblox. This is definitely like a high schooler, I would assume. Yeah, all these apps, they have like time limits on them, but what happens if I just try to open it anyway? Ignore limit for today. Yeah, it just opens. What is the point of that then? Oh, we got the Instagram loading. Got an Escape from Tarkov ad. That's interesting. I wanted to open the Notes app earlier, but it wasn't letting me through. Oh, we have things. He's got audio files in the Notes app. I did not know that was a thing you could do. Sure, let's give this a shot. Okay, let's check out the photos. iCloud storage is full. All right, you know, I didn't know what I was gonna expect, you know, when I opened this, but this was not it. Is this art? Is this a screenshot? I don't know. Oh my gosh, 170 videos. I think they're all like saved memes and TikToks and stuff. Literally everything on this phone is just saved memes. Steam and Discord. I don't think I've actually ever seen a phone with Discord because people who use phones that would have Discord set passcodes on their phones. Oh wow, there's like stuff on here. DMs with people and servers this person was in. None of the messages are actually loading, but that's interesting. Oh, I found Fort Channel. It's not loading. No, let me in. They also have Steam here. That's pretty cool. Can I see their library? Oh, that sucks. I was going to judge it very harshly. Gosh, we still have so many apps to go through. There's so much happening on this. Wait, is this background what I think it is? Aha, I knew it. It's the Firewatch. He's got Steam. Maybe he does have good taste. Firewatch is a good game. Anyway, clearly the phone is working. How much does an iPhone 6S go for these days? It's a bit of a range, but I'm seeing between like 25, 30 bucks. Hopefully we can actually reset it though. I have no idea if that screen time thing is gonna get in our way later. Also, it's on version 14.8, which came out in 2021. If it works, I guess. Either way, let's go to move on to the next device. All right, guys, up next I have a black iPhone 3 something. It's a little scuffed up, but honestly doesn't look too terrible for how old this phone is. Oh, I see very faintly a little battery charging. Oh, it's booting. The phone is very warm to the touch, so I'm pretty sure the battery was charging. I am still on the Apple logo. It's been quite a while at this point. I was just talking crap. Somehow we're at 89% charge. I don't believe that for a second, but does this have a passcode?
Bye-bye.
Come back, what just happened? Why did you turn off? You were doing so well. I'm gonna immediately go for the unlock. Come on. Please. You could do it. And no, it's gone. Oh, we got a phone that's already up and working, which is shocking considering the condition of this screen. The power button is so non-functional, by the way. It's like, it doesn't press down at all. It's like they tried to super glue it or something. Like, what is this? Does the touchscreen work? It does? They have so many notifications. Oh, there's no pin. Of course not. 41 texts are on this. Oh my. Oh, it is freaking out. It does not like when I touch the bottom of the phone. Oh, hold up. I can open the app through there. Oh, there we go. Oh my God, this is so many text messages. An unbelievable amount of text messages. Like, whoa, how is that possible? There are so many. Also, we got texts from 2019. This is an iPhone 6, I'm pretty sure. So that's kind of insane. This is a vibe right here. What is happening in this photo? What's going on with Chris? Why has he got the moon emoji and like the eggs in the frying pan? What does that mean? Most of the unread messages, wow, I just cleared like 14 of them, are just like random group texts, which is fair. Anyway, that's gonna take way too long to read all those. Let's keep exploring what else is on the phone. Oh my God, this is driving me nuts. Who does this with their iPhone? How could you possibly? There's too many notifications. Oh, yo, we got 20 notifications for Twitter. Old Twitter. Let's open that up and see what happens. Sometimes this actually will load, which is kind of shocking. It's trying to load. Can I see the notifications? Oh no, it's down in that area of the screen that doesn't work with the touch. 37 notifications for YouTube. This literally never loads, but we'll try. Nope, not loading nothing. That's a shame. All right, let's do it. Let's open the photos. You know this has to have something good. Heck yeah, dog taking a nap. I feel like all the phones that have had stuff on them had dogs in this video. Oh my God, got the photo of the Social Security card. No, unlock phone, photo of the Social Security card. Wait, come on now, guys, come on. You're nice, I got a full Netflix login. Again, phone with no passcode, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, nice, and you know, just in case anything were to get in my way of fully accessing this person's device, I got the Apple password saved in plain text in the Notes app. Tech literacy is truly at an all-time low. Oh my gosh. Oh, never mind, it's got all these passwords saved. There's no pin or no nothing to get to the password. Oh my gosh. My goodness. I just can't believe what people leave on their phones and then just apparently give them away to Goodwill. Now, clearly this phone is pretty destroyed, so I don't think it's gonna sell for very much. But it is an iPhone 6 on version 12.4. 12.4 is from 2019. Not too bad for an iPhone 6, I'd say. Unfortunately, that is the final phone I have to show you guys today. Overall, we made a pretty good profit. Maybe less so considering that we paid $40 in shipping for this. What is going on, Goodwill?
Number 5.
If you've ever opened the TEMU app on your phone, then you know they love to attack you instantly with pop-ups and way too good to be true deals. Click here to get $50 in TEMU cash. Whatever that means. Well, one day I got a pop-up that allowed me to add 3 items to my cart for 1 cent each. And all I had to do was buy 2 Nintendo Switch 2 consoles to get them. And so I went ahead and bought everything you see here. Here's the crazy part. To my surprise, TEMU decided to reverse scam me by canceling just the $1,000 of TEMU Switches I bought. They then decided to, for some reason, ship out the 3 1-penny items I bought. Now, 2 of those 1-penny items were tablets you guys saw in last week's video. Spoilers, they weren't worth 1 penny, I promise. But what I have right here is the real meat of the order. A 1-penny Samsung S25 Ultra. Let's open it up and see what exactly TEMU was trying to pull here. A better life with smartphones. What does that mean? Hold on, the side just says smartphones. Okay, taking the phone out. We got a SIM card removal tool just hanging out in the box. Yo, we got headphones with this? Let's go. This is the worst case I've ever seen. It's so bad. All right, I got the phone pulled out here, and hey, it looks like an S25 Ultra so far. What is this little like ring we have around the power button? Can I take that off? Oof, not easily. It's like glued on there, and it left like a bunch of residue behind. Come on now. This is a 1-penny phone. I want some kind of premium quality here. Come on, guys. And looking on the back, you can see we do indeed have our 5 cameras. 2 of them look like they are very fake, but there they are. Oh yeah, that one's definitely fake too. Trying to get this thing on the back off, but it doesn't want to peel. Ah, jeez, why are you stuck to the phone? God, it didn't even come off cleanly. Look, like left some goop behind. Looking at the bottom of the phone, you can see, ooh, we have our S Pen. Holy crap, this might be the cheapest thing I've ever felt in my life. But here it is. Why does it look so used? Do you see that? So it's like fingerprints and scratches and stuff. This is supposed to be a brand new phone, isn't it? Guys, I'm starting to get the impression this is not a real S25 Ultra, but I don't know what made me think of that. By the way, you guys may or may not know, this is not the first time we've seen these S25 Ultras on the channel before. These ones here didn't come with pens, so you know, this one's a bit of an upgrade, but here are two others we've seen. And I will say this one's a little closer to the real deal, because you know, it's got the sharp corners, the pen. And before I turn it on, just one more time, here's a picture of an S25 Ultra for comparison. It is closer than it really should be, I will say. Anyway, let's go ahead and power this thing on. Well, that's a nice little trick. They put a normal like curved screen from one of the other phones we see here. They just straight up put that in here and then gave it like sharp corners to make it look more legit. What is the purpose of having like the square display? Turn back on. If you're gonna have these ridiculous bezels all along the phone, it's purposeless. I guess can you stand the phone up? Hey, that's cool, that's a feature. Also, you may or may not have noticed, but we didn't do any kind of setup. The phone's just booted up. Here we are on the home screen. I don't know what kind of sketchy stuff they have pre-installed on here. We're gonna try to find out. Well, I should be using my pen as I scroll around. All right, I do see a handful of interesting looking apps. Face Unlock app. It's usually just a thing built into the phone itself, but sure, let's open that up. Enroll face. The pen does work, by the way. I am impressed. What does the button do? Oh, the button's not even real. Do you see that? There's clearly a button in the middle of the pen. It doesn't work. It doesn't press down. It doesn't do anything. Okay, I like that the pen actually has the clicky mechanism, though, because I'm gonna be doing that all day. Anyway, let's enroll my face. All right, let's test it out. Does that actually work? Turn the phone on, hold my phone up to my face. Hey, it unlocks. I don't really trust this feature, so let's go ahead and try it on a few different faces and see what it does. Ryan, I need your help. Unlock my phone for me with your face.
It didn't work.
Oh, try one more time. Oh, I'm impressed. Jacob, I need you to unlock my phone with your face.
It worked.
You typed a pin in, you liar. What other weird apps do we have installed here? Chrome with the Samsung internet browser icon. That's interesting. Let's open that up. Welcome to Chrome. Why? Also, for some reason, my pen isn't. Oh, there it goes. It takes it a second to work, I guess. You know, we have the face unlock situation. Do we have like fingerprint on this phone? Yo, wait a minute. Storage 230 gigabytes free. How much do we have on this? Yeah, 256 gigabytes on this phone. We got this thing for 1 penny and we got 256 gig. I'm blown away. That's amazing. Ooh, we do have fingerprints. Sure, let's try this out. Ooh, also, by the way, the vibration on this phone is not good. It's bad. Touch the sensor. Is it down here? They have an under the screen fingerprint unlock? That's surprising. They're not making me scan like the sides of my fingers, so I don't trust that this is working at all. Here, let's give it a try though. Hello? It made a noise. I'm pressing my finger to it. There it goes, it unlocked, okay. Let's try my other finger. Will that work? Okay. All right, let's try some other things. How about my whatever you call this part of the hand? Of course that works. How about my nose? Yup. And if you guys are, longtime fans of the channel, you know the weenus should work great. I didn't even hit the fingerprint sensor and it unlocked. How did you do that? All right, Kyogre, unlock my phone for me. Okay, Kyogre cannot unlock the phone, so there you go. It can protect yourself from Kyogre. All right, I think I want to test out the camera next. All right, looks like it defaults to the rear cameras, which is good because I want to see, I'm just going to hold my finger up to the different lenses on the back here and we're going to see how many of them are real. We're in the 1x right now. We'll play around with some of the other zoom levels, but okay, it looks like only the top lens is showing right now. The other two on the side aren't doing anything, so let me zoom out a little. I can't zoom out any more than one time, so it definitely doesn't have a macro lens. I can zoom up to 4 times. Does this change anything? No, it's always just that top camera, so these 4 here are all fakes. This one in particular definitely looks like it's like flash or an IR sensor or something. Oh my God, it's so blurry. How did you end up that blurry? Like guys, I know it's a penny, but like, what is this? This is not a human being. This is a blur man. All right, let's try the front camera. You know, it's pretty bad, but it's not quite as terrible. Okay, up next, I want to check out the system settings, see what version of Android we're on. It's an S24 Ultra. Oh, that's the first lie. It's supposed to be an S25. Ah! That made me angry. I apologize. Let's see here. What does this say this has? One UI 2.5, Android 14, 8 gigs of RAM, a Snapdragon 8 Gen 3. I don't think that's what that's called. Hold on. Okay, never mind. If the Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 is a real thing, I just wasn't sure if that's what they actually called it. We'll verify later by downloading like a hardware info app or something, like what kind of chip this thing actually has. All right, we are successfully connected to Wi-Fi. Let's open our not Chrome, but definitely Chrome internet browser. Okay, the speed test is running, but that is not even remotely close to what a 5 gigahertz should be showing here. I'd expect, I don't know, 10 times those speeds? Yeah, wow, that is really bad. Okay, here's the real test. Can we run Stumble Guys? We can. Sometimes these phones are like secretly running Android Go edition, and you can't actually find out till you try to install an app that won't work with that version of Android. Ooh, Stumble Guys is installed. Okay, let's go ahead and launch it up, see if this actually works and runs well. I can't get over how bad, what is happening on this side of the screen, by the way? I was gonna say how bad the bezels look on this side, but like, this is worse than bezels. This is just broken. Well, guys, I think those download speeds we saw earlier are pretty accurate, because this is like less than a gigabyte of downloads it's gotta do for this game, and it's taking like too many minutes. I'm going to lose it. Ah! That took like less than no effort. Like pre-snap before I even really fully bent it. Wow, yeah, that's just a solid piece of plastic. No electronics going on in there. Oh my God, the phone is on fire. I think the game's finally ready to be played though. What happened? I didn't even hit anything. It opened Chrome and now the game has to restart? Is that what's happening? Will you please log in? Oh my God, please. I'm going to lose it. What kind of 1-cent phone can't handle Stumble Guys? It's too much cost for this little performance. It is so hot. The phone is so hot. We're not even in the game. Oh my God, the home screen is loading. The frame rate is so low. Oh my God. Is there a way I can like fix this, or is this just how the game is? What? The game crashed? Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Okay, it can't handle Stumble Guys. Facts. This is just how the phone is, I guess. Let's move on to checking out this device info hardware thing. Right off the bat, it's calling this an Alps S24 Ultra. The resolution is 1440 by 3200. That's not bad. That's like totally reasonable if that's accurate. Confirms 8 gigs of RAM. Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 for the platform, as they call it. Okay. I just don't believe it. Vendor MediaTek. Is MediaTek the vendor for Snapdragon? I honestly don't know. No, it's Qualcomm. Qualcomm definitely makes the Snapdragon. What is a MediaTek? Okay, yeah, MediaTek makes like more entry-level phone chips. So there is no such thing as a MediaTek Snapdragon. That's a made-up thing. They just lied or whatever this CPU is. It's something else that MediaTek actually makes. Wait a minute, is that accurate? The front camera is 108 megapixels? That cannot possibly be right. The back one's 13. That's like more reasonable, but still, that doesn't sound accurate compared to the quality of camera we were seeing. What about the battery? This says it has 8,000 milliamp hours. That's really good for a phone, but I just don't trust that anything on this is accurate. Whatever. Last thing I want to check here is the YouTube playback. Can this thing handle YouTube videos? Based on that Stumble Guys performance, I'm thinking probably not, but we're gonna find out. TikTok ads. We always get TikTok ads on this channel. Don't know why.
Find on Amazon, and in this video, we're gonna put these 1-star reviews to
the speakers are like, I don't know, they're not like the worst things I've ever heard, but they're really not good at all. Super tinny. It does get in full screen. What was that? What just happened there? Did you guys see that? Oh no, the resolution is so low. 360p and we're getting this kind of performance. Oh my God. You know what, guys? This is a perfect opportunity for me to test out the headphones. I'm kind of scared to put these in my ears, but I'm gonna do it for you guys. Wait, do they do the thing? If I try to pull one out? Okay. They do not instantly break apart. I have to pull at least that hard for them to break in half. If you guys didn't know, one time we pulled a USB-C cable out of a phone and it, yeah, it did that. I don't know, this is like usable technically. Should I be complaining this much for a phone we got for 1 penny? Yes, I think I should. In fact, last thing I want to try with this phone, this is something we don't usually do with devices because phones are expensive, but we got this for a penny. Screw it, I'll do what I want. We're gonna do a bend test. Let's see how this goes. Oh no. The amount of flex. Oh, I think that's permanently bent now. Oh God. Did you guys hear the noise it made? Oh, that sounded horrible. Is it still working? Yeah, surprisingly it is. Should I try the other way? Holy crap. I can fix that. Let me bend it back real quick. Yeah, I don't think it should flex like that. Hey, it's working fine still somehow.
What's that? What's that, brother?
What was that? Did you guys see that? What even? I can't handle the levels of broken this phone is. Well, anyways, guys, I think that's all I want to test on this Samsung S25 we got for a penny from TEMU.
Number Number 4.
So just the other day, I was scrolling through TEMU looking at all the random cheap stuff they have for sale when I noticed they were selling things for literally only 1 penny. So you know what I had to do. I found 2 tablets for 1 penny each. I bought them and now they're here. So in this video, we'll unbox them, see if we actually got tablets or maybe just rocks. Then we'll test them out and see if I got scammed. So honestly, both these tablets are massive. I want to start with the white one though, because that one's just, it's humongous. Let's see what's inside. All right, I'm pulling it out. What is this? Hold on a second. It's literally called a tablet. Got all the cables and crap out, and here is the tablet itself, and wow, those are some massive bezels for 2025. Now, 1 penny, I can't complain too much. Then flipping to the back, the whole camera situation is kind of weird because we have what appears to be an ASPIF camera. I don't know what that is. And also, it was designed by an AI Pro tablet assembler in China, which is interesting. But guys, let's go ahead and peel the screen protector off and turn this thing on and see what happens. Wait, no way. Hold on. Let me show this to you. This is insane. So I pulled off the screen film that came on it, but then look, we have another screen protector below it that's already got pre-installed bubbles underneath the screen protector, which is just insane. Like, I don't know, man. Let's turn it on and see what happens. Tab K10. Okay, well, it was starting up, but the screen just froze. There it is. Hi there. Oh, wow. Only 2.4 gig Wi-Fi, which is just a wild thing here in 2025, but it was a penny. I mean, come on. Okay, well, it just tried to connect for like a whole 3 minutes, and now it says it can't connect. All right, let's just, I'm gonna skip that. Already starting off strong here. All right, finally to the home screen here, and as you can see, we are on Android Go, and yeah, you can see all the apps pre-set up here. Let's go ahead and see if there's anything weird. So, no, actually, surprisingly, no bloatware at all. It's just a bunch of Google apps, YouTube Kids, YouTube, they know their audience. YouTube Kids on a 1 penny tablet, definitely going straight to your 5-year-old that's gonna sit and do some iPad kid stuff. It's gonna be like this, like, let me play Fortnite. That was my iPad kid impression. But anyways, I guess let's go ahead and start with our settings here and see what this thing actually has going on under the hood. See if there's anything decent inside. I can't imagine there is, but it looks like in terms of storage, we have a total of 32 gigs, which sounds about right for a 1 penny tablet. Now in terms of display, obviously the brightness is not very good, but again, not really surprising for a 1 penny tablet. That is full brightness right there, and it's, man, I gotta look straight at it to see anything. Like at this angle, it's got, actually the viewing angles are decent. Honestly, better than I thought they would be for this cheap. Okay, so like we saw, device name K10, Android 13, which is actually more recent than I thought it would be. Although that might be a lie. We know with Chinese tablets, it's all a lie anyways. But the processor is an SC7731E. Let me look that up real quick. Appears to be a 2021 processor with a 1.3 gigahertz clock speed, which, yeah, not surprising in the least bit. And, oh, we got a calculator, unlike the iPad. Does the iPad have a calculator yet? I know that was a big thing for ages where they just didn't have a calculator at all, but that's hey, it's better than an iPad. But next up, let's try out the cameras here, or yeah, whatever you want to call these things, and see how they perform. We do have a little selfie cam there, so we'll see what that does first. Wow. You guys won't believe this. There's so much to unpack here. The colors are awful. The whole thing is just blurry. There's like a lot of like light bleed or something on the edges, and like I'm baffled. I don't know what to say. Okay, let's try flipping the camera around and see what it does on the other side. Also, apparently they have HDR. Let's go ahead and turn that on. Ooh, HDR. That's the secret. And yeah, let me go ahead and show you what it looks like, because it's not very good. Yeah, that's it. 5 feet away and the entire image is blurry. You can't make that up, man. But I will say it's a penny, so I'll suck it up. But let me go ahead and try to connect to Wi-Fi again and see if I can fix this issue, because I want to like actually test some other stuff like apps and downloading stuff. So let me try that out one more time and see if it'll work this time. It appears to be connecting now, so let's go ahead and pop into a browser and just start with a speed test here and see what kind of speeds we get on this thing. Okay, so 19 down and 24 up sounds about right for 2.4 gig Wi-Fi. And guys, going back to the whole 1 penny thing, if you want to know more about the whole situation and how I got this tablet for 1 penny, I'll throw a link on the screen and kind of down below so you can go check those videos out. I've done some explanations on my Jacob R channel. It's just like, it's a wild situation. Basically for this tablet specifically, they make you spend like $1,000 on other stuff and then you can buy this thing for 1 penny. So we did that, and it kind of goes down a rabbit hole. Again, go watch the video. But anyways, let's go ahead and keep testing this thing out. We got Wi-Fi now, so now we can hop into the Play Store and see if we can download some stuff. I'll try to download, well, I gotta first sign in, of course. I signed in, so now it can just beep at me forever. That's great. And I mean, like, unsurprisingly, as I'm trying to like turn the volume down, it's just super slow and laggy to like react to anything. Like, look at me scrolling. Actually, that's a little bit faster now than it was. I have seen slower on some cheap phones before, so that's, I don't know. It's 1 penny, so what can I say? Then you got stuff like this where you press install, but nothing happens, and you try to scroll up and down, nothing happens. I'm sure I'll wait like a whole minute or two, and then it'll start installing, but it... Okay, so apparently I can't download it. It just literally will not let... Oh, wait, there it goes. Oh, finally. I had to search for it a second time, and now it's installing. Okay, so 5 minutes later, we finally have device info downloaded and installed. The Subway server is still going, so I'll wait for that. But let's go ahead and boot up device info here. Okay, so our display is 10.1 inches, which I think is actually accurate, and it's only 800 by 1280 for 10 inches. That's just, All right, man. The rest of it seems to say the exact same thing that we saw online or saw in the settings earlier, which is, actually surprising. And our battery is 6,000 milliamp hours, which I'm not quite sure I believe that, but all right, man. Oh, and also the camera has an 8 megapixel back camera and a 2 megapixel front camera, which I guess makes sense. But guys, let's go back and I guess wait for Subway Surfer to finish downloading, and then we'll test that out. Bro, what? What is going on? Okay, so this thing has finished downloading itself like 8 times now. It goes all the way to 138, it finishes, and then it just stops, and I have to press install again, and then it goes again, or sometimes it goes again on itself. I don't understand. Is there what happened here? Yeah, there we go. Can't install Subway Surfers. All right, we're not installing it because it just doesn't work. All right. Now next up, we'll go ahead and pull up YouTube and see if this thing can even play YouTube videos. I'm not confident in it, but we'll try anyways. Oh wow, surprisingly, YouTube actually installed after a few minutes. Let's go ahead and open it up. All right, try to open it 3 times and it just keeps crashing. All right, I'm done with this tablet. Let's go ahead and move on to tablet number 2 over here, which, yeah, we'll see if this thing's any better because that thing might not have been worth more than half a penny, but we paid a full penny for it, so we got scammed there. Let's go ahead and see what's inside of this thing. We have, oh wow, is this a gaming tablet? What is this? Again, all it says on it is tablet. Wow. It's seriously all that's on the box, but let's go ahead and open it up and see what's inside. All right, and pulling it out, wow, what is this? It's got a graphic on the front. I can't, is that AI generated? It kind of looks like it. It looks like the Never-Ending Story or something. Just the whole visual gives me that vibe. Let's go ahead and peel that off and see what's underneath it. We have, oh wow, that was smelly. Smells like a factory. Whew, it's strong. But otherwise, yeah, it looks normal except for the fact that it's a pink tablet. It's got some strange bezels that like kind of like shoot off the edges. It's also got a slot for what appears to be the SD card. Also got USB-C, which is actually surprising on a tablet this cheap. Here on the back, we've got a somewhat more normal camera setup, but it looks like it's gonna be junk anyways, but yeah, we'll give it a go. Let's go ahead and see if this thing turns on first. It's a ZB-10. I think the screen on this one is even worse than the last one. Like I can see the pixels. Wow, that one was actually quicker to set up. We've got a nice little beach background. Okay, I like that. Okay, let's go ahead and see what apps are on this thing. Pretty similar to the last one. We do have Netflix on this one, unlike the last one. And this one appears to be actual Android rather than Android Go, which is interesting. And I will say, so far, this thing is definitely more responsive than the last one. Our taskbar also has like the sound on the taskbar, which I feel like I've never seen before, but that's actually kind of neat. But guys, let's go ahead and start with our camera here first and see what happens. Because I don't think we can get any worse than the last one, but let's go ahead and flip the camera around, start with the selfie mode here and see what it looks like. No, that's definitely better than the last one. It's not good, but it's definitely better than the last one. Let's go ahead and flip the camera around and try the back camera. Yeah, I think that one's about the same as the other back camera. It's just so blurry, colors are horrible. It's just, actually maybe a tad better than the last one. Either way, it's bad. Okay, also I just noticed this thing came with some pre-installed scratches. I don't know if you can see these on camera, but there's a pretty long one that goes right there. There's another long one that goes right there, another one right there, and there is no screen protector here. It's just, this is the screen now. So that's just awesome. That's what you love to see on your brand new tablet here. But next up, guys, let's go ahead and check the settings out and see what's underneath the hood on this bad boy here. We'll first start with our storage. Looks like it's also 32 gigs, okay. I'd say in terms of brightness, it's about the same as the last one, and also group viewing angles are about the same as well. They're doable, but not great, and also it's just like extremely reflective. But checking out the tablet info, you can see it's a ZB10S, Android 14, and that's about it for now. So guys, let's go ahead and sign in, or connect to Wi-Fi and try to do some speed tests, some games, some YouTube, all that good stuff, and see if this thing runs any better than the last one. Hello? It took a whole like 10 seconds to search for speed test, but let's go ahead and run it. I said I don't run it.
Yeah, I don't run it.
Huh?
I don't run it.
Oh, wow. Okay, so just by the way, this one also only supports 2.4 gig Wi-Fi and no 5 gig Wi-Fi, but the speeds are just significantly worse. We got 2.7 down and 12 up. Mind you, I have 1 gig up and 1 gig down on my internet connection here. Now, of course, over Wi-Fi is gonna be slower and 2.4 is slower as well, but 2 and 12 is just frankly outrageous. But guys, let's go ahead and next up, I want to try YouTube now because like, can I even search for anything or load anything with speeds that slow these days? I don't frankly know if I can download an app at all, but we'll give it a go. So let me just start with YouTube here and see if I can search for something. And surprisingly, I don't have to update it. So let's go ahead and search for Smokin Silicon here. And again, keyboard is nice. I can actually type pretty quickly and it'll search. Now the layout here kind of looks like crap. Like where are all the colors and like the layout just looks like, I don't know how to explain it, but it just looks wrong. But let's go ahead and click on this one random video here and see if it'll pull up and see how it plays. And wow, what do you know, a TikTok ad. Woohoo. Okay, and the video's playing, but oh, there it is. Okay, I heard a sound, but the video was not up yet. We'll go full screen. Okay, actually, the performance is not bad. Let's go ahead and fast forward, see what it does. Probably take it a little bit because again, our download speeds are 2.4 megabits per second. Yeah, so I guess I just can't fast forward in a video because it's just broken now. Been like this for about 20 seconds now. What is our resolution? We're on 480 by default, which actually might be 2 HD. Let me see if I can, I don't know, make that lower. Let's see, 240p, there we go. Will it work now? Nope, still broken. Been about a minute now, and yeah, just no dice there. All right, let's go back and try to download an app next. I got to sign in first. Wow, it actually installed and loaded up. Now let's go ahead and take a closer look. So we got an 800 by 1280 display, which I think is exactly the same as the last one, although it's 0.1 inch smaller, which is interesting. Okay, it says we're on Android 14 here. Now I'm curious about the CPU. It says we got a Rockchip RK3326 with a 1.4 gigahertz, okay, or 1.5 gigahertz. Let me actually look that up and see when it's from. Okay, this one's also from early 2021, about the same as the last one. All right, it might actually be pretty much the same chip, not quite sure. Now in terms of battery, it says we have a 6,000 milliamp hour battery, which is the same as the last one. Again, not sure if that's accurate. Now in terms of network, I don't know if it'll tell us anything about the, yes, we've got 2.4 gig Wi-Fi, link speed 65 megabits per second, which sounds way faster than it actually is. Then we got 2 gigs of RAM, awesome, and camera is 5 back and 2 front. Wow. Cool. Let me try to speed test one more time and see what happens, because dude, 2 down and 12 up is insane. Let me try one more time. Okay, we got 24 down now. Okay, I'll give it to him. I don't know what happened earlier. Maybe it was downloading some crap in the background, but let's go ahead and pull YouTube back up and see if we can finish playing our video. No, we need to what? Wait. Hold on. What? How did it let me play YouTube earlier, and now it's saying to update? Dude, I'm so done with this tablet. Both these things are junk. I mean, for a penny, honestly, might be too high of a price. I'm just being honest. But guys, moral of the story, just don't buy anything from TEMU. It's just don't do it.
Number 3. Typically, when you look at the back wall of your average grocery store, you'll see stuff like ATMs, water bottle dispensers, or maybe even an unplugged and unloved red box that's still there for some reason. But have you ever seen one of these things? It's a kiosk that supposedly can make you money for selling your old phones, and in this video, we'll see what that machine thinks of some of the strangest phones we've covered on the channel, including some ultra lockdown kids phones. So to start things off, we went to a Walmart location. If you didn't know, you can find these kiosks in some grocery stores, mostly Walmarts. Either way though, the first phone I wanted to start with here is a government phone. It's one of these Shock Volts. And by government phone, I just mean that this is the type of device that's given to people, sort of like a food stamps program to people that don't have a lot of income. And if you've never seen one of these Eco ATMs in action before, you basically just use the touchscreen, follow the prompts, you put a sticker on the back of the phone, and then the big old door opens up, you connect the charger they give you to the phone, and then the door closes and it starts analyzing the phone to see what it's worth. Now they have this feature here on the kiosk where they scan your phone and it shows like an actual image of it as it's analyzing everything to make sure it all works and stuff. It gives us an offer of $1. Now, I honestly think this is a pretty reasonable offer. The phone doesn't exactly work or anything. From here, you follow the prompts again. They actually want to scan your ID, which is a little sketchy, but you don't really have a choice if you want your dollar. Look at this, they even make you take a photo to compare it against your ID. Maybe it's all automated, but I also could believe that there's a real live person analyzing this picture and making sure that you are the person on your ID. But before we got our $1, we actually had one more phone we wanted to test out at this specific location. This is a quote-unquote folding phone that we bought from Walmart, actually. You also see here I'm fiddling with the buttons on the phone. This can be a little bit of a problem sometimes on different devices. Basically, you plug the cable into the phone, and then the kiosk will want to like talk to the phone to make sure that it can read some data off of it to know like what kind of device you're actually connecting. At least I think that's how that works. They don't really make it clear. But when it was finally done scanning our folding phone, we ran into a different type of issue that we've seen before. It thinks it's a Boost Mobile Solero 5G Plus, and hey, it wants to offer us $10. This is the kind of phone I think we picked up for like 30, so sure, that actually seems like a fairly reasonable value, although I don't know what happens if it got the wrong phone and then pays us. Let's find out. Let's see, will we get our money? And yeah, there it goes. We got $11 altogether, 10 for the Boost Mobile Solero 5G Plus, and $1 for our government phone. Now you'll notice for this next phone, we ended up going to a lot of different kiosks in this video. We just wanted to try a variety of them out. It's just something to note that sometimes you can get some really interesting and weird results depending on what kiosk you go to. And you'll see this is like a completely different design machine. This is the type that does not take tablets because it has a much smaller door. For the most part, the process is the same though. You know, you still select what phone you have. You throw it in the machine. The phone actually sits up vertically, which is interesting. The door closes. It takes a while to scan everything. Oh yeah, and I should mention which phone we're testing. This is a iPhone 16e. So it's a bit of a budget iPhone, but they still sell for a decent amount. It goes for like $250 to $300 depending on condition and carrier. Now here's something interesting. When it was scanning the device, we noticed that it had like a weird spot on the screen that was not on the actual phone. I have no idea what that is. And then when it scanned the back of the phone, it was at like a 45-degree angle. Like what's going on there? And let's see, the final offer is... ooh, $85. Now, that's a pretty high amount for an Eco ATM to offer for any phone, but like I said, that's like a third the value of what these are selling for used on eBay right now. Oh, you gotta love this. You know you have a phone that the kiosk actually is interested in when you hit the no thanks button and it offers you more money. But up next is one of the goofier phones we have sitting around the office. This is like a video game console slash phone. I honestly don't remember what we paid for this and what I'm even looking to get out of it, but it's one of those devices where I'm just curious what the machine's even gonna think about it. Now here's something interesting we noticed about the white kiosks. We selected that this device needed a micro USB charger, but then when the doors actually open up, you'll see it just doesn't provide one, so I don't think these kiosks have micro USB. Oh, you can see when it's scanning the device, that's got some weird extra bits scanned of the phone. That's strange. Oh, and the back is even worse. It's at a weird angle, and it's got all these other parts of like the tray in there. What is happening? Either way, when it finally scanned the phone, you can see it thought it was a, what is that? Z-Pad Android All-Winner A13 tab. As in a tablet? They want to pay $1 for this. Look, this is a weird phone, but I think it's worth a little more than $1. Also, that's not the right device at all. Regardless, the next phone we wanted to try out is a very interesting one. This thing is basically pitched as a free phone because you pay like 30 bucks for it, and then as you use the phone, it overwhelms you with ads, makes you watch a bunch of like videos and stuff like that. Over time, you'll earn like a couple cents every hour, maybe over like 6 months or something. You could build up to 30 bucks off, making the phone kind of free. So hey, maybe there's a little something here, you know? You buy the phone, you pay it off by using it, and then when you're done with it, you sell it to EcoATM. Let's see what they offer for it though. Now this is one of those phones where I noticed that it had a little bit of a strangeness when I plugged it into the kiosk. You can see some tiny little thing pop up in the center of the screen. Is that the Mode Earn phone like infecting the kiosk with its malware? Either way, after scanning the phone for a little while, it gave us this message. This looks like an object, which I don't accept right now. What do you mean object? It's just a phone. And then when I hit like give me the phone back, it just took forever for it to open up. It's got these red lights. I thought I either broke the machine or it was like considering stealing the phone from us. I wasn't really sure. When it did give the phone back though, I tried again. I messed around with some USB settings like I mentioned before. Sometimes you gotta do that. And this time it actually seemed to like the device more. And it thinks it's a Moxie M2307, which I think might be accurate. Maybe that's like what the Mode phone is like based off of. I'm not entirely sure, to be honest. Either way though, they only want to offer $1. So I think that whole plan of like getting the free phone and making money off of it, I'm not so certain that's worth the time investment, to be honest. Up next, we wanted to try the ZTE phone, which is an interesting phone brand because they're banned in the United States. You actually can't buy these phones anymore. And if you have one of these phones and want to sell it, it can be a pain to deal with because you try to sell one on eBay, they won't let you. So once again, maybe instead of recycling the phone, this could be a good way to at least make a little something off the device. And after a while scanning, there it is, ZTE Aspect. I believe that's correct. And hey, like I said, you can't really make any money off these anywhere else, so sure, we'll take $1 for this device. Now next up, we decided to move on to some of the kids' phones that we had sitting around the office. Kind of like the other phones I talked about, these are more devices that are just like, we can't really sell them. You know, they're tied down to a specific, if you want to call it a carrier. More importantly, they're like tied to your personal account that you create with TrueMe, Pinwheel, Bark, whoever you're using. So factory resetting them can be a pain, and yeah, I'm not really sure what you're supposed to do with these when you're not using them anymore. But maybe the EcoATM will like them? Let's go ahead and find out. Oh, also, it's important to note that these phones are usually really locked down. Like, you can't even use Android Auto with them. And a lot of the time, you try to even just like plug them into a PC. They won't allow like USB transfer and stuff. And like we talked about, that can be important for the EcoATM kiosk. So there's a solid chance that the machine just doesn't like it at all. Oh, never mind. They're gonna give us 20 bucks for it. Now, we paid quite a bit more than that for this phone, but wait, what's going on here? Samsung Galaxy A15 4G and 5G. Now looking into it, that is the correct phone for what this phone is actually based on. But regardless, it's just interesting that they don't seem to notice that it's a different type of Samsung or has anything different about it at all. They're just gonna straight up pay 20 bucks for it. Next up, we went over to a different Harris Teeter kiosk. This one is a Bark phone. And like I said before, all these companies, they do like different things with their devices, so it's kind of hard to say what exactly is gonna happen. Once again though, the process was fairly simple, although you can see in the scan, we once again have one of those weird dots in the center of the screen. Still have no idea what that is. But this one came up as a Samsung Galaxy A16, not a 15, and they want $22 whole for it. Wow. Now, I don't really want to sell all of our kids' phones. It's really just interesting to see what the kiosk thinks of them. So I went ahead and passed on this one, and really now that I think about it, every time I accept one of the phones, I really should be hitting no thanks. Maybe they give me a higher offer. It's a little pro tip for you. Now up next, this is a little bit of a different kind of kid's phone. It's really more of a toy than anything, but it is kind of funny looking. I did have a little bit of trouble. So this thing, it doesn't run Android. So obviously I hit other Android, but also like it tells you to remove the case. I was able to get the outside part off, but then I had this like lanyard piece that just, I could not get off for the life of me. And while I was fiddling with that and trying to get the device to scan into the kiosk, this random guy just like came up behind us and said this.
What are you doing?
We're testing out a variety of just these random phones we have sitting around, seeing what they offer, what this thing offers for them.
Yeah.
Buy your device and get you the best price.
They had
I
a
won't
couple on the
access
mall,
any
and I used to
personal
buy
files.
phones off of people that were selling them to the machine.
Now, the kiosk started talking over him a little bit, so you can't hear him as well. What he started to describe is like that he used to take shells of iPhones, put a little weight inside of them to trick the kiosk into thinking it was a real iPhone. And apparently he got away with this somehow. Like, all right, man. I remind you, he's saying this in front of the kiosk that has like a bajillion cameras on it, so that's a great idea.
Track of your device. Go ahead and
I sold too many phones to them. I sold hundreds of phones.
So between him saying that his ID is banned to straight up scamming the device, it's like, this man is insane. I don't know what he's doing. This is the reason why we can't have nice things, if I'm being honest. Anyway, the whole time we're talking to this guy, you can see I'm fiddling with the dyno phone. The kiosk does not like it. It does not like the lanyard. It can't figure out what kind of phone it is. Anyway, that was a strange encounter. We decided for obvious reasons to move on to another location after we were done with that phone. And up next is a pretty exciting one. This is the Pinwheel phone. This is another kid's phone. And now we noticed some strange things with the last few devices, but this was extra weird. First of all, we got this notification. I didn't detect anything in my test compartment. Is it about to steal our phone from us? But then right as we were about to like reach down and grab the phone, this little like thing popped up. Wait, what is that? Replay the clip. What? Oh my goodness. Is this like the whole testing software that the kiosk uses to like analyze your phone? Has anybody ever seen this? What did the Pinwheel phone do to this kiosk? What is going on? And by the way, we were still sitting there for like 3 more minutes after this, like waiting for the kiosk to give our phone back. No idea what was happening there. Eventually the door did open up. Either way, eventually it started to cooperate. It scanned the phone like usual. And then it finally gave us an offer of $11. It's also apparently a blue G63. Now, the box I have, it says this is supposed to be a G65L. I don't know what the difference is, to be honest, but $11, that's really not a great offer. I decided to pass on this one. All right, up next was the final kid's phone I had to test today. This is the TrueMe phone. And same process as usual, had to do some weird finagling to get it to work with the device. Eventually though, it did pop up as a Samsung Galaxy A16 5G, and they once again wanted $20. Also, why is it $20 for this one, but then $22 for the last A16, but then $20 for an A15? Like, where's the consistency here? What's going on? All right, next up guys, I had a strange device. This is a phone we covered recently. This is basically an iPhone knockoff that's supposed to make you think it's like an iPhone 17 Pro, but it's also like really small. In reality, it runs Android 8.1. Yes, this is a phone you can buy right now. It's on that old of an Android version. If you didn't know, we're on like 16. And as usual, I'm just curious to see what the kiosk thinks of this. In the past, we've tried phones like this before, and usually they pop up as like a fake iPhone, whatever. But maybe instead of making offers, the kiosk has gotten a little smarter because we got this message that popped up. We saw this before. This looks like an object which I don't accept right now. So yeah, maybe they've started recognizing that they don't really want these like quote unquote fake iPhones. Now, I wanted to try something a little different next. I have this tablet here. It's an ON tablet. If you didn't know, ON is Walmart's personal brand for making electronics. And at this point, we were actually at a Walmart, so I thought it'd be fitting to sell the Walmart tablet to the Walmart Eco ATM. It just made sense, you know? However, if you notice, this is one of those white kiosks, and as I mentioned before, these don't take tablets. And in case you were curious, if you do try to sell a tablet to one of these locations, you get this message on screen. Well, that's okay. We had one more location we could go to that we knew had one of the big kiosks. This is the first kiosk we ever actually tested out on the channel, and it's also the exact Walmart location where we picked up this ON tablet in person. So yeah, it's full circle, isn't it? Unfortunately, this one, it was just not cooperating with the machine. It kept like telling me to unplug the device, but then would try to offer $1 for a completely functional tablet. Like, what is going on? Look at this, it doesn't power on. What do you mean doesn't power on? You didn't check. And yeah, pretty much no matter what we did, the jank continued and it just would not give us a reasonable offer for the tablet. So yeah, guys, overall, we made about 32 bucks cash. Amazing. I don't really know if that is amazing for the amount of devices we sold, to be honest.
Number 2!
Do you wish you had a new Android or iPhone, but literally have $0 to your name? Well, allow me to introduce the free government phone. Why do I have 10 of them here? Well, let me explain. So on this channel, as you guys know, we like to buy way too many phones, and we found this listing right here for 10 Shock phones. It's the name of a phone brand, I guess. Now, the most important part of the listing is it says all 10 phones should be untested. Now, unfortunately, 5 of the phones here are factory reset. These 2 right here are just stuck in this boot loop or something. They just won't ever go past the screen. This one's got a pin, so yeah, that's a no-go. And this one's got some missed calls, but the touchscreen just doesn't work at all, so that's cool. And then finally, there's this one that looks promising, but yeah, it's also factory reset. It just isn't on that same screen for some reason, but yeah, whatever. Now, this got me looking into the whole Assurance Wireless thing. You can see here it says during the boot up of these phones, Assurance Wireless. I looked these guys up, and you can't buy phones from them. It just says apply now. And long story short, these are essentially like the food stamps of phones. You apply to get these phones if you are low income, and you can have a smartphone provided to you from the government. It's all handled by this Lifeline service, as the Assurance Wireless website goes over. Look at this, you can get T-Mobile, 10 gigs of high-speed data, unlimited talk, unlimited text, all for free from the government. Woo! Let's go! Now, you can just buy the Shock Volt straight up from their website, but what fun is that? But guys, I kind of just want to go through the setup process and check this out. Like, what is it like using one of these government phones? Is there going to be any spyware for them to tell if I'm a real food stamp user? I don't know. And here we are, we're on the home screen. That was easy, doing the whole offline setup thing. Wow, this is so simple and basic. I like it, actually. And wow, there's practically nothing on here. This is a fairly bare bones device. You got a single little camera up there in a little triangle. But you know what this phone does have that I quite like? It's got a removable back. Bam! You don't see that in too many modern phones. That's pretty nice. Unfortunately, the battery is not removable. Should I remove it anyway? Is this like a sticker? Kinda, but there's nothing underneath it, so I think I could just leave that there and then maybe take some screws out and get to it. I don't know. Either way, you can see you have a SIM card, SD card in here, so that's cool. Expandable storage? Ooh! Can't get nothing nice like that in my Google Pixel. And then in terms of like other hardware features, the screen on this is horrible. Like, look at these viewing angles. Oh no. But let's go ahead and connect this phone to Wi-Fi and just see how that experience goes. Oh, there we go, it's connected. It seems like that's working. And honestly, you would think this phone would be dreadfully slow, but it's not that bad. I mean, it literally just connected to the internet, so and it has no apps installed, so maybe I'm giving it too much credit, but it's not the worst thing ever for a basically free phone. Let's just open YouTube just straight off the bat. I'm not going to sign in, not going to do nothing. We're just going to open this and see if it works. Problem with the server. Aw, lame. Also, the screen resolution on this thing is real low. You guys see what's going on with the text down there and like the icons and stuff? Like, why do they look kind of skinny? Is it like too low res to fully like draw in the logos? They look weird, don't they? Oh, here we go. Finish setting up your Shock Volt. Sure. It's taking a long time to get the phone ready. What's going on here? Oh, just when I was talking crap. Here we go. Copy apps and data. No, don't. I need that stock Shock Volt experience. Oh, that was it? It didn't even make me sign into Google. Just, okay. All right, let's open Play Store and now I'll be able to sign into Google, right? Maybe? What? Excuse me? That's not good. Okay, Play Store doesn't, oh, there it goes, there it goes. I just had to start talking crap and then it'll actually listen to me. That's how this phone works, apparently. Oh, it's gotta do more checking info. What is it doing? Oh my God, why? Why would you yell at me? Did you guys see that? That was like half volume, how? Oh, that's scary. Or maybe that's just the media volume, hold on. Ringing notification volume is minimized, what? Oh, okay, that explains it. It was like 2/3 of the way up. Let's just lower that down a little bit. That's better, that's better. What just happened? I hit accept to like get through the sign-in process and then it just took me back to the home screen? Oh, first thing I wanted to do was install Stumble Guys because, you know, it's what I gotta do. But because I think we're on Android Go edition, it won't let me install it. That sucks. It can play Subway Surfers though, so there you go, you have that at least. I don't know how much of this is gonna show up on camera for you guys, but it's just, I look at like the app icons and everything, it just looks so low res. I'm not expecting 4K gaming out of this phone or anything, but like, okay, come on now. Anyway, while those apps are installing, am I able to see if there are any system updates? I mean, the phone's from 2022, I really hope there are. I clicked updated the system, or Android 11, and just went back to the home screen? Yeah, we're on Android 11, by the way, so it's getting a little old. A little. Let's try that again. System update. System is up to date. Android security update November of 2023. I don't know where I found it, but at some point I discovered that this phone was released in around 2022, so it got like maybe a year's worth of updates. Amazing. Well, now that we're signed in, will like YouTube work? Oh, it's doing things. The icons look right now. Okay, got the channel pulled up. Let's see. Let's just click a video. Whoa! Whoa, whoa, whoa. What just happened? Do you guys see how bad this screen looks? It's awful. Like, I know you're looking at a phone through a camera or whatever, but just look at the color of the table in the screen and look at the color of the table in real life. That's the difference in real life as well between the screen and real life. It's awful. Does that sentence even make sense? I don't know. Also, it looks like it's playing back in like 12p. 480p, nice, close enough. Let's try 1080p and see if the phone explodes.
There's earbuds inside of here. Yep, we'll circle back on that. That's insane.
Speakers are horrible, so bad. I had to turn them like almost to max volume just to hear anything. Surprisingly though, playing back at 1080p doesn't seem to be much of an issue. Not that I notice much of a difference on this screen. Oh, it really doesn't like when I change in and out of full screen. It really has trouble with that one. Anyway, I guess I would call that YouTube experience usable. That's really all I can say, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know. I'm kind of scared to test the camera. I've been like deliberately not touching it because I know it's going to be atrocious, but here we go. No, I do not want the camera to have access to my location, please. Oh, wow. That is a camera app of all time. Oh, bye. Oh, wow. Autofocus is so bad. Everything is so bad. Oh my gosh. It's so low res. The colors, the screen, everything about the photo experience on this device is horrible. Let's try the face cam. Yeah, it works, I guess. Honestly, it's a little nicer than the back camera somehow. Oh, interesting. We have like these Google apps, but a few of them are like the Go edition, which I assume is like a lighter weight version of the app. Like Google Go. Well, let's try that. Oh, jobs near me. That feels kind of like personally tailored. Look, this is a real job, okay? You don't judge me. What is this app right here? Unlock? Select this option if you would like to request a permanent mobile wireless device unlock. Sure, I don't see the harm in this. Unlock approved. Oh, wow, that was actually really easy. Sure, let's restart my device. What in the world? I didn't expect that to actually work. Now, when it says unlocked, there's a few different things that could mean. So let's just try to unlock the developer options, see if that works. Oh, I'm now a developer. That was easy. We got the developer options right here. Can I turn on OEM unlocking? There's no way. Really? Wow. Yeah, sure, enable. Why not? Now, what the heck does that mean for all of you out there? It basically just means you can install custom firmware, which is kind of sick. You might actually be able to revive this phone for being, like, essentially e-waste. Now, what kind of custom firmware options are out there for a Shock Volt from 2022? I don't know, but it's a thing you could do, theoretically. It's a free phone. I'll take it. But whatever, I don't care about messing around with no custom firmware today. Our Subway Surfer finally finished installing. Let's see how this runs. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. There's no way you can't play Subway Surfers on this. This is not gonna be playable. I'm gonna try. Oh, it's trying. Nope. Nope. See, I don't know if I need to go like early or what, because it's so laggy. It was the phone's fault.
Skill issue.
All right, let's check out some of the stats of this phone right here. See what's going on with the hardware. 4 cores on the CPU, going crazy at almost 1,000 megahertz. It has an SV55216, or that's like, SV55 is like the name of the phone, isn't it? It's a 4-core, 1.3 gigahertz. That's not a lot. What kind of battery we got going on here? Health good, thank you. 3,000 milliamp hours, that's fine, I guess. Actually, I kind of expected to say like 800 or something stupid. It's a free phone from the government, okay? You never know what you're gonna find. Oh, here we go, this is what I wanna see. It's a 960 by 480 screen. Yeah, you can tell, sub 720p, guys. Oh yeah, it's got a whole 2 gigabytes of RAM. That's all you need. 2 gigs used of 12 gigs of storage. 12 gigabytes? There's no way that's all you have. Oh, it says 16 gigabytes, but yeah, I don't think so. System's taking up 4.5 gigs. Oh my gosh, you have like 10 gigabytes to do anything with. I mean, at least it has the SD card slot, so there you go. 5 megapixel camera on the back and 2 megapixel on the front. Oh boy. Either way though, guys, let me know down in the comments what you think of these free government phones that are actually free, as long as you qualify for them.
Number 1!
These days, it's almost impossible to use a phone online without tripping over dozens of things that are almost certainly not safe for work. Yeah, like that. Ugh. See, this is why if you have kids, the idea of giving them free and open access to a phone is terrifying. But this right here might just be the answer you've been looking for. A kid's phone that allows any parent to monitor and control everything that happens on their kid's device. Oh, and also, it's somehow completely free, with an asterisk. Let's open it up and try to find out how that's even possible. And here it is, the TrueMe. You'll need your own cell phone, tablet, or computer to access the parent portal. And always remember, you can learn, do, and become anything. Anything? All right, let's take a look at this phone. It's just a normal Samsung A16, I believe. So what makes this a TrueMe phone? Well, let's go ahead and just turn it on and see what happens. TrueMe Wireless powered by Kids Smart OS. This device belongs to your organization. Interesting, okay, yeah, so not quite a normal Samsung phone as you can clearly see. It looks like this is our lock screen, so let's go ahead and swipe up and just see what happens. Software update, ready to install. We'll do it later. Oh, what is this? Network disconnected, KPE, white screens, updater, what is going on? What? Okay, now our phone's off. What, huh? Well, while we're waiting for this phone to update, I figured I'd go ahead and scan that QR code we saw earlier. And it took me to this page. Okay, yep, it wants to check for updates and everything. Your SIM card is already installed. Actually, that's kind of nice. Okay, I just go to this website, I make an account real quick, and I should be able to manage the device here. That's cool. I'll get back to the parent experience in a moment. I just want to explore what the phone can do without doing that first. We got the TrueMe app here. TrueMe Kid Smart OS, this device belongs to new TrueMe device, and there's a phone number there, okay. Oh, Jacob R is my parent. Interesting. I think now is a good time to go to the website and make an account and stuff. They want a credit card just for making an account? I haven't even done anything yet. Oh man, this really is the free phone experience, isn't it? At one point do I like link the device to my account? How does this even work?
Hi, how are you?
What is happening? Are these ads? Are we getting ads already? All right, I gotta enter my child's information now. Ryan, he's 29. He's older than me, but it's okay. It's a complicated situation. I don't want to get into the details. Stop. Do not proceed without first connecting your new TrueMe device to Wi-Fi. Okay, I'm connected to the Wi-Fi. Let's see what happens next. Scan the image below with your new TrueMe device. It seems so weird. All right, I guess this is fine. Camera.
Nope.
Camera.
Nope.
Is camera not one of the available apps? How am I supposed to scan the QR code?
Thousands of tears later.
All right, after some very annoying issues involving an email that was never sent to Jacob, who's the person who bought the phone originally, that's a whole issue. TrueMe, they strike me immediately as not knowing what they're doing. That's all I gotta say. If you forget the PIN of your TrueMe phone, it may require a complete reset, which will erase all data on the phone. This process can take up to a week, and there's a $50 fee. Just to reset the phone? What are we doing? Excuse me? The settings app is disabled on the phone. We recommend you leave it disabled except when needed. Wow, if you're disabling the settings app, immediately one of the questions we've got to figure out is like, can a crafty child break this phone open? If you can't even access the settings app, I'm gonna say probably not. Sure, we'll leave settings disabled and just see how that goes. We're also on the Discover plan plus Smart Data 1 GB. Ooh, I can add a photo. Oh, Ryan. All right, there he is. I got a perfect photo of my wonderful 29-year-old child. All right, let's see what else is going on here. Ryan's device, my active plan. Apparently it's $40 a month. We'll get into the whole pricing situation of this thing later because it gets really expensive really fast, especially for what's supposed to be a free phone. But all right, I think we are finally done with the setup process. Let's go back to the phone, see what's happening. I see an AT&T up here. Is that like what this SIM card is connected to? It must be. Oh, if I open this app again though, it shows the same number, but it now belongs to Ryan. Cool. Hey, and sure enough, the settings app is actually disabled. What happens if I hit the settings up here? Oh, it tries to open, but it can't. Let's see, can I use some of my apps yet? Earlier the camera wasn't working. Oh yeah, there it goes. We have a very fancy triple camera setup on this phone. So hey, maybe these cameras will be pretty good. All right, here's the like normal one-time zoom. It's okay, it's very processed, but it looks reasonably sharp. There's the super zoom. It's a little crispy, but it captured all the important bits. Here's the 0.5. This is not the face cam. I just flipped the phone around. And yeah, that's a 0.5 camera. It's working. And here's the actual face cam. So yeah, they're perfectly fine cameras. Other than that though, there's really not that many apps available for me to check out. I can't do the TrueMe app store. Let me hop back on my phone here, go to the TrueMe account stuff and see if I can adjust any of the apps here. Turn on Trudy Chat. Sure, let's try it out. Oh, there's a dashboard here. How did I get here? What is happening? There's so many different menus. Dominant emotions? I don't want to know about Ryan's dominant emotions. Oh, okay, so here's where I can control some app stuff. Access to the App Store. I have it turned on, but it's disabled here. I can also enable the Google Play Store. That's something interesting about this phone. This is an Android phone with no Play Store, as you can obviously tell. You can browse the Google Play Store. Downloads are prohibited, but they will be able to browse them with the Play Store. If it's that restricted, like you can't even install apps, like it might be okay. But all right, let's go back to the TrueMe phone here and see if I can change anything or if anything's been updated. I don't see anything. Oh, there's the Play Store. Your device is at risk. Harmful app found. Excuse me? Is Google Play warning me that this phone is not secure? Dialer can put your device at risk. Hey, sure enough, it looks like the Play Store is working. Let's just see what happens if I try to look for a game now. Stumble Guys, it's the go-to I always use. Let's just hit install and see what happens. Oh, it's downloading. It moved on to installing. What's it gonna do? Okay, that installed. Oh, wait. Did it delete itself? Excuse me? Yeah, it's not showing up anywhere here, so sure enough, you cannot install apps from the Play Store. Let's try out their own app store now. This is probably the way that they want you to use the phone. You install things from this directly instead of the Google Play Store. Gotta grant it permissions. Okay, it's not working. I guess I can try again? Yeah, I can't grant these permissions. Okay, there we go. I had to enable settings on the phone because it needs to like open it in settings, of course. Way too much setup for this crap, but here we are. Sky Map. Ooh, you can't even read the reviews. It just says 4.1. I mean, it just looks like the Play Store, but just super basic. The only apps I enabled are like games, and yeah, sure enough, that's all that's showing up here. Angry Birds Families. Download, sure. Excuse me? Invalid or corrupted APK? I'm using your own installer. Wait, how are you broken? Here we go. Hill climb racing. Let's try this one. Oh, this one works. Okay. You know what? Hold on a minute. I know what they're doing. This isn't even their own Play Store. Hold on a minute. As an avid Graphene OS user, I know all about these third-party, app install things you can do, including this. This is called Aurora. This is like a Play Store alternative. It allows you to use the Play Store without having to sign into a Google account. It's quite nice. But if I open an app, let's just open like Snapchat here. Does this look kind of familiar to you? I know the layout's like a little different, but this is basically pulling a bunch of info from the Play Store and then showing it to you here. And that's what it looks like it's doing here as well. In fact, let me look up this exact app. Oh my gosh, that is what they're doing. Look at this. Look, it even has like a privacy section, 31 known trackers. They just cloned the Aurora app. What? Well, whatever. Let's open up our hill climb racing and see if this is working. Oh God. Hey, you gotta say the screen on this phone's pretty nice. It's got like a high refresh rate. It's very high resolution. So yeah, that's something. As a phone, it's not bad. What do I do? Oh God. But you know what I don't see here? They had that whole thing about the AI stuff, so I don't really understand how that works. It's either in the browser. Let's open this and see what happens. Okay, it's just Chrome with a big tab up here. Trumi.com, sure. Does this give you like free access to the internet? Like really? Filter available sites. So this is the search engine. Can I go to DuckDuckGo? Oh, I see what's happening. So I think as a parent, you have to go in and enable websites and then they can show up here. So yeah, it's not really a browser at all. All right, let's go to messages. Maybe the AI is here. I don't see anything stored. Start conversation. Human trafficking hotline in Trudy. What? I mean, I guess that's nice. What? Have they had an issue with this? Why is this set up by default right there? Okay, whatever. Let's just talk to Trudy. Hello, Trudy. Oh, there it is. So do you have a name you'd like me to use, or should I just call you mystery person? My name is Ryan, and I'm stuck using a Trudy phone. Nice to meet you, Ryan. And hey, stuck is not exactly the glowing review I was hoping for. So what's the deal? Someone made you do this, or something like that? Yeah, my parent bought me this phone and now I'm sad. That makes sense now. So what's making you feel so sad about it? Is it the being monitored vibe or something else? Yeah, that could be something related to it. Oh, interesting. So this is using Claude. Should I do some prompt injections? See if I can break the Trumi AI? For another time. Ooh, interesting. I just happened to open the Trumi, parent dashboard thing again, and I noticed it even tells you where the phone is currently located. So yeah, it has that feature as well. There you go. All right, let's see if I can add my own phone as like a contact to this device. Oh, I opened the dialer and we have more things here. Like these are nice things to have here. It just feels so weird that these are the only contacts available. Okay, I requested to make a contact, so now I assume that'll show up on my phone. Oh wait, there I am. That's me. Does that contact show up in messages now as well? Yep, there I am. And yep, looks like the text messages work, so that's cool. What happens if I send something kind of vulgar? Okay, it has no filtering. Okay, I'm now on the parent portal stuff on my actual computer. But what I really want to go over at this point is the so-called free nature of this phone. So here's the actual receipt. The shipping on its own was $13. $13 to ship this box. The phone, by the way, is a Samsung A16 5G. How much does this go for usually? According to GSM Arena, it looks like this phone does MSRP for about $200. Now, how much storage do we have? Because that can determine the price, a little bit. Oh, okay, I actually can't see the storage. If I tap device care, it just says I can't get in there. Okay, I'm gonna assume it's the 128 gigabyte model then. Anyway, going back to the pricing, because that's what we were talking about originally. The phone itself does say $0. We get a 50 megabyte 512K phone service that's also $0, whatever that means. The phone has a $30 activation fee, so right off the bat, you can't avoid that. You gotta do that to use the SIM features on the phone. The Discover phone plan, $35 with smart data 1 gigabyte being another $5, for a grand total to get this phone of $93. So much for a free phone. But all right, guys, up next, I want to see what happens when I plug a USB cable from my computer to the phone. Can they talk to each other? Can I get it to install some sketchy apps? Let's find out. All right, the phone is connected. So normally on an Android phone, if you swipe down at this point, you get some options here. USB for charging phone. If I select this, I can go transferring files / Android Auto. Wait, it's actually letting me do this? Wait, hold on, what? Does this mean I can like throw things on there? Wait, I have to try it. What happens if I throw an APK on there? We're gonna find out. Well, that was easy, guys. Yeah, I transferred over the Firefox APK that I legitimately downloaded, and it's installed. Is it gonna let me do things? Wait, no, hold up. We have protections installed. It's not showing up here. Does the parent have to approve things at this point? I bet I just installed it for like the root user who's like secretly behind this phone kids user thing, so it's not gonna show up here. Also, by the way, you know, I'm trying the obvious thing here, tapping the build number a bunch of times to get the developer options to show up, and yeah, that doesn't seem to be working. Ryan, what do you think of your new Trumi phone? Ryan, use your words, man.
Ladies and gentlemen, thanks for watching this long video. If you made it this far, you deserve a gold star. There you go. So thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, I think you'll like this compilation here as well, because, man, these videos, you can binge them for a long time. They're fun. They're long. Grab your popcorn. I'll see you guys in the next one.